take that outlook.
Welcome to Puro Pinche Sports. I'm your host, Jose Garza, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with some football talk. We are here live right now to talk about Super Bowl 60, the matchup, the rematch people have been waiting for that you didn't think would be coming this soon. Seahawks versus Patriots. Along with me tonight is my boy, the host and creator of the People's Debate, Milton Wynn. And tonight, we are joined by, after further reviews, own Malin, who is repping the Seattle Seahawks colors, rightfully so, because they are the NFC champions, whooping that LA Rams ass. How's it going, fellas?
It's going good. I think we're all happy. I think that's one beautiful thing about what's going on. We're all happy here. Huh?
I think we all did America a favor that the Rams aren't going to be in the Super Bowl, and neither will the Broncos.
There we go.
Yeah.
Why do we need those teams? Why would we want to be stiffy for stiddy? Why would we want that Broncos team into the Super Bowl? Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, we did America a favor.
They want to see the evil empire back on top. That's what they want. They wanted to see the underdogs, the team that goes to the Super Bowl every time there's a new pope. That's what they wanted to see.
Right. Yeah. Which is what a coincidence, huh? That's interesting. Interesting coinkydink.
I'm about to start sending some anthrax to the Vatican every year if that's the case.
Okay. Oh, whoa.
Hey, next time you see minus 8,000 for the Seahawks to make the Super Bowl and there's a new pope, start putting the bets on it.
Hey, man. Yeah, there was a – well, I guess we'll wait till we start previewing the Super Bowl matchup. But there's a couple rabbit holes I went under trying to find other coincidences, and there was some funny ones. I'll discuss it later.
Nice. Well, guys, we're here. Obviously, it's the end of the season. We're going up to, what is it now, technically? Week 22 of the season. Final matchup of the season, which will be Seattle versus New England in San Fran, or Santa Clara, should be apropos. So it's time, man. It's been a crazy year. We're definitely going to preview the Super Bowl. But first, we're going to recap, of course, the conference title matchups, because why not? Why aren't we going to talk about the greatest 10-7 game ever that started in a nice sunny day, turned into one of the biggest snowstorms in NFL history? I mean, not really, but it felt like it watching the damn game.
Watching it looked, the progression was insane. That's all, for sure.
I mean, Malin, when you're watching that New England-Denver game and you start seeing green, you went from seeing green to immediate white. What were your thoughts?
First thing that came to my mind is, Peyton, why didn't you kick that damn field goal in the first quarter if you knew this was coming? And if he didn't know that it was going to start snowing that bad, you get paid to know. Somebody in these organizations had to know that it was going to get that bad. And you get that cocky, up 7 on one of the better teams in the NFL. I don't care what records are. Right. Simple fact is the Patriots are top 5 in scoring offense and top 5 in scoring defense. And you get cocky down there with a backup QB on a 4th down when you had 3 points and you got Stiddy as your quarterback. When we got a blizzard coming later in the game, I didn't understand. That was the first thing I thought of. I was like, when I started seeing the snowfall, I was like, you're going to wish you had those 3 points.
100%. Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more.
Yeah, on our Puro text thread, we have our own, one of my OG co-hosts, Malin. His name's Marco. He's a meteorologist up in Dallas. And he was telling us an hour before the game, hey, there's a big storm going to be coming in the second half. Probably going to really affect the game after that. So he knows all that shit. So you're right. Sean Payton, you're supposed to know these answers. You're supposed to hire someone to get these answers, to know what's up. And that was the crazy point. My texter was saying, man, Payton's going to regret not going for the kick on that 4th and 1. I don't actually mind, if we're going back to that one play real quick, I don't mind that he went for it. I hate the play. The play call was bad because – one, you had us on the ropes. There is no denying that we started slow and they had us, scrambling.
Yes, for sure.
But then Sean Payton, the problem is He doesn't like what he sees. He calls timeout. It's like, oh, okay. You're gonna let us get right here.
Right.
And
that
then
was
the
stupid.
and then the
timeout
play
should have been
call,
stupid. Mhm.
and then the play call was bad. It's like, oh, it's even better. So instead, I was like, hey, I'm cool with just bending for 3 points. You don't.
Right.
Oh, you don't want to give up. You don't want to give us that. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I'll take it. I'll
Yeah.
take it. So
That was, I mean, Sean Payton's always been aggressive, and it's worked for him most of the time. I'll give him that. But that specific call, one, Vrabel would have took the points. And then you as a coach, having Stidham, kind of like what Malin said, you have Stidham. Sure, he had a good drive. How long is that going to last against a very well-coached defense, at least?
Yeah.
You got to take the points, man. You got to take the points.
I think that was the last time they were in the red zone the whole game.
Yep, that's correct.
That was the last time they held the ball for more than 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, red zone's right because they got close enough for Will Lutz to have 2 kicks, but he missed them both.
Yes.
So that was the closest they've gotten. I understand the aggression to go for it on 4th down. I feel like it was the right call. It was just the wrong play in the wrong sequence. The second you call timeout, the second you felt a little nervous, go for the kick. At that point, just go for the kick. But you call timeout, you gave Vrabel and Zach Kerr time to recover. Nah, we're not going to let you do that. So
100%.
That's what happened. So obviously the game went 10-7. It wasn't pretty. Drake May had one of his worst passing games of his career. Very short career. Not much. 86 yards, took 5 sacks, but he ran for 65 yards, which is actually the biggest key for Drake May in this game was his legs. But let's really talk about the MVP of the game, and that was the defense. The defense deserves all the credit in the world for where the Patriots are today. They are in the Super Bowl because of the defense. We have allowed Milton only 26 total points this postseason.
Right.
That's what, less than 9 points per game. Mm-hmm. Now, before of course preview that, there's a lot of context with all that. I don't think we're going to hold Seattle to 9 points or anything like that.
Yeah, probably not.
But
it's all right.
But nonetheless, I mean, we're having a good time. We're having a good time. We're not even supposed to be here. Malin, I don't know how you feel about Seattle. This is the first time you're on my stream. How do you feel about Seattle's 2025 run? I mean, how surprised are you? Scale of 1 to
10. I was looking at this year like I was back in 2012, the year before we went to the Super Bowl and beat the Broncos, where we were putting pieces together. Let's see how those pieces fit. I knew the defense was going to be really good. I wasn't sure about Sam Darnold or, an offense without Tyler Lockett or DK Metcalf. Now you got JSN in there. You get an aging Cooper Kupp. We didn't even have Rashid at the point. We had a rookie in Horton is our third wide receiver. And so I thought that this would end up kind of like the 2012 season did, where maybe you'll win 10, 11 games. You'll go to the playoffs, probably get bounced out in the divisional round. And then the next year is when you would maybe see a real step up in the Mike McDonald era. So I kind of felt like we're here like a year early. But luck has to play a part in everything that happens. And we had some games break our way, and the team's been really dominant down the stretch. And, when you face 2 division opponents to make it to the Super Bowl, so we played 8 division games this year. We went 6-2. That normally doesn't happen. So I'm feeling like we're a year early, but I'm excited to be here.
Real quick, I got a question for Malin, then you, Jose. You, Jose, on the Patriots, but then, of course, you, Malin, on the Seahawks. What do you think was the biggest factor in the luck part on both of our ends? I think we can agree. That's football. That's football, honestly. So, but on your end, what do you think was the main factor of the success, the immediate success?
I really would have to boil it down to Sam Darnold, and he gets a lot of hate. Right. But the games that we lost, he had turnover issues. We lost 3 games by a total of 9 points. One of those games, he had 4 turnovers. We still lost by 2. But in the other games, I mean, he was red hot in the beginning of the year. You're able to jump off into a lead. He had that 4 interception game against the Rams, but then our running game started going, and so his stats weren't the same. But he did exactly what we needed him to do in the Kubiak offense. So, because like I said, I thought the defense was going to be really good. I didn't have any question about that. I had questions about the offense. Would we be able to put up points? The fact that I think we were the number 3 in the NFL in points scored this year. Sam Darnold throws for 4,300 yards, 25 touchdowns. I know the turnovers are still there. 70% completion percentage.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the biggest issue, or the biggest reason. I mean, and our defense was so good that when he was making turnovers, we were still in the ballgame.
Right.
A great defense can mitigate turnovers. So, yeah, I got to go with Sam Darnold.
All right. Same question, Jose. Like with our Patriots, what do you think is the biggest reason of the immediate success and abundance of success at that?
I think it's the coaching. It's the balls to go ahead and move off Gerard Mayo after 1 year,
right,
and go in and get Mike Vrabel, and Mike Vrabel getting the right coaching staff that we needed to make sure that we're in this position. Mike Vrabel was stupidly fired by Tennessee. There was nothing wrong that he did
100%.
there, but because there was pride and ego from management, they let him go, which left us the perfect opportunity to go snag him. I give Robert Kraft a lot of credit because that takes a lot of balls to go from a guy that you did like. He liked Gerard Mayo, but he loved Mike Vrabel, and that going for that and making a game change, because now you see in the locker room, we don't have that many guys still from the Belichick Mayo era. We have a few, maybe about a dozen or so, and he let go a lot of them. A lot of guys that you can ask Milton Malin, he liked that. He was very upset that were benched at first and then got cut or traded and whatnot, like a Keon White and Kyle Duggar. But it was right move because the coach has gone to an AFC championship before as a coach. He's a Super Bowl champion as a player. He knows what it takes. He knows what the locker room needed. And we are, Malin, you said you're a year early. I think we're about 2-3 years early. We're way early than anything. We were a 4-win team last year. We were a 4-win team back-to-back years.
2 years.
Yeah, so we're really early. Jake May shouldn't be here in the second year, but as a quarterback, but shoot, it is what it is. And you saw Mike Vrabel's he didn't bring in a bunch of players that wanted to be here. He brought in a lot of castaways. Chason, Landry, Diggs, there's a lot of guys that just weren't wanted anymore, and he was able to build that culture. And he did what the Jets wish they can freaking do, and they can't do it in the damn century. He did it all in 1 year, and so that I think it was the coaching that really did this.
When you talk about him and the coaching staff, I think bringing in Josh McDaniels was just a chef's kiss.
Yep.
One, in my opinion, top 3 offensive coordinator of all time. Might be a real shit head coach. I think we all agree on that. But offensive coordinator, damn. Look at how Mac Jones played in that 1 year with Josh McDaniels versus without him after that, and then you bring him in for May's second year. I thought that was incredible. And you're right about the bringing in players. I think that every single draft pick you guys had this year has started a game at some point and is all playing productive snaps. And you guys have 4 undrafted free agents from this last year playing meaningful snaps. A hell of a roster turnover on this team. And just in a year when Mahomes is down, when Lamar's down, when Burrow's down, and y'all just snuck up on the Bills. And it's like, oh, damn. Kudos to what Vrabel was able to do this year.
I don't know. Go ahead, Jose.
Milton, I was going to ask you overall now, opposite of what I asked Malin, you basically asked us how we feel with this turnaround, what made the changes and all this stuff right now. Mm-hmm. But as the season went by, how impressed were you with everything that happened? We started 1-2, then we got a 10-game win streak. Then we had a little hurdles with injuries, and then we're now beating 3 teams that are ranked in the top 5, top 10 defensively in the playoffs. How are you feeling overall as the progression went on?
Well, happy is the obvious answer. And you said it earlier in your monologue. We're 2-3 years early, so I'm nothing but ecstatic for how we're playing. Where I think the best coach defense, when I say best coach, not the best defense, just the best coach. The reason why I say coach is because we have one All-Pro player, and that's Marcus Jones. So we have a lot of castaways, like you guys said, and we're over-exceeding even against very, very good teams. What really surprised me was the Broncos game, because I was a bit timid on the offensive line. Because with the Chargers and Houston, it's like, okay, well, their offensive line sucks. That's why I said we were going to beat them. Their offensive line sucks. So we're going to look really good at the pass rush, where we don't have a real good pass rush. With our pass rush looking as good as it did against Denver, that's where now we had an easiest schedule, top 5 easiest schedule of the last whatever years. Fair enough. But
10 all time, I think. So.
Okay. But we are doing what we're supposed to do with that. Like in the regular season, people bring up the regular season. We beat the brakes off a lot of those teams. It wasn't like there were close games or anything like that. We had a couple hiccups, but we beat the brakes off a lot of the teams that we should have. And same thing with Seattle. But they beat, Seattle beat better teams. But with the Patriots, I'm ecstatic on the future and even this game coming up, because our defense, how well coached it is. It's just up from here. I don't think it's one of those one and dones with Mike Vrabel as a head coach.
All right. And I mean, there's really not much to say as far as the Patriots Broncos game. Obviously, the snowstorm kind of like made it just a defensive battle. Whoever went for the field goals. Obviously, Jarrett Stidham's turnovers really was
that's all it was.
The L factor.
Whoever had the more turnovers in that kind of game was going to lose. And Drake May, yes, he didn't have a great game, but he tried his best. You know what I mean? Just tried his best to kind of keep it cool compared to what he did against Houston. So.
And I mean, look, for what it is, yes, we didn't beat Bo Nix, but we did beat the number 1 O-line. We did beat a top 3 defense. So I'll take all the praise and everything that's good that comes from it. Obviously, if Bo was there, maybe a different story, but we will never know because he wasn't.
Yeah. Before we move into the NFC matchup, real quick, Malin, I'm curious on your thoughts. Same thing, Jose, if you have a different of opinion. If Bo Nix is there, because I keep seeing this online, and it's fair, I get it. The easy thing to say, Bo Nix is fourth quarter machine, game-winning drive machine. Stidham had a good in his second drive, had a good second drive, and that was it. Well, let's just give him first quarter. He had a good first quarter. Yeah. And so the easy thing is like, Bo Nix is there. He easily is going to score more than that. And that's the easy thing to say. But I think the way our offense was, how conservative it was because we didn't want to make the bad mistake. And who we were playing, we were very comfortable in not being aggressive offensively because we knew our defense would take care of the work. But what are your thoughts on the whole notion of Bo Nix is there, we would have got spanked? Malin, please.
I'm not going to say that the Patriots would have gotten spanked. What I will say is that I don't think Bo Nix turns that ball over where Stidham did. That's the only thing I'll say. Now, I can agree with you because I hadn't thought about that fact that maybe the Patriots offense was more conservative because they knew who they were playing on the other side of the ball with Stidham, so they were trying not to turn the ball over. Mm-hmm. But Denver did have your number on offense for the whole first half. Patriots offense couldn't do anything. And so I'm not saying that they would have spanked him, but I don't think that Bo Nix makes that dumb decision to play hot potato with the football. I don't know I don't know where they teach this. I don't think this came from Sean Payton. Looks like a Dragon Ball Z thing going on there with the football. So if you take those 7 points off the board, is it a different game in the second half? Do the Patriots press a little bit more? Possibly. But to me, that's probably the only biggest factor I would say is he probably doesn't have that turnover.
Okay, yeah. Sure. I don't disagree with that. Go ahead. Now you go with the NFC game.
All right. Well, obviously we got a low scoring defensive battle in the first game, but the second one we had what a lot of people calling their own the real Super Bowl. We had a back and forth matchup. They said it. I'm just repeating.
I hate it. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, the Rams went to visit Seattle. They're 1-1 going into the matchup, and man, did they have a back and forth matchup. And just like we were talking about this last game, it was one turnover that really kind of sealed the deal for the other side. So Obviously, the Seattle Seahawks did go on to win 31-27. The MVP, Matthew Stafford, and the rest of the Rams sent home. Milton, overall, how did you feel about the Rams? How did you feel about their game plan? Did you like it? It was the right moves. Did it suck that they didn't convert any third or fourth downs?
There you go. That was it. What it came down to was Seattle was more than it. I think there were 7 out of 13, better than 50%. So 7 out of 13, 7 out of 12 on third down, and the Rams were like 1 of 8. Yeah, in a championship game, you can't do that at all, and you quote unquote have the juggernaut offense. You can't do that because that means the defense is winning. And as much as I've been not critical, could be a bit harsh, honestly, because I don't think I've been that critical of Sam Darnold, but somewhat critical. That offense is a top 10 offense. You can't do that. You're not that far off. Like, you have a juggernaut offense, sure, but Seattle's not far off. They're not like, oh, they're scrub offense, we can get away with it. You're not going to get away with it. So the Rams on third down, honestly, it sucked to watch. And I think that really cost them the game overall throughout the entirety of the game.
Malin, what did you expect the Rams to do that they didn't end up doing this game? Because obviously, yes, you're probably confident your Seahawks are going to beat them, but what was your main concern that what they were going to do to hurt you that they didn't end up doing?
Well, to be honest with you, everything that I thought that they could do to hurt us, they did. Okay. This was one of those games to where I knew that they wouldn't have the ability to run the ball. We're one of the best teams against the run in the NFL. Yep. I knew that Kyren Williams wasn't going to get a shot. In fact, we can go back to the game before the second game with the Rams. I forget what team it was. I think we've gone 9 games in a row without allowing a rush over 11 yards. Like our defense is pretty stout in that. Is
that true?
That's yeah.
If that's true, that's a stat right there, man.
It is. I've been following it since week 18 because I learned about that stat in week 18, and we haven't allowed someone since. So I knew they weren't going to run the ball. But my fear was that Sam Darnold was going to be able to chuck the ball all over the field, and that Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams would do exactly what they did. I guess the only thing that they didn't do that I was scared of was utilize the tight end more. It doesn't matter if it's Pete Carroll. It doesn't matter if it's Mike McDonald. It doesn't matter if it's Jesus with a headset on that sideline. We've been susceptible to the tight end play for 20 years. Going back even to the Holmgren days, like just can't figure out how to defend the tight end effectively. So I had a little bit of a fear that if they got in the red zone that Parkinson would kind of go off a little bit. But that didn't happen because they didn't need to, because they were just chucking the ball 30 yards to, Puka and Adams and Williams out of the flat there. And, but yeah, I mean, I had to feel really comfortable we win the game if we would hold them to like 14, 17 points. Rams get up to 24 points. If you would have told me the Rams would have scored 24 points, I would have been real nervous whether or not we would have won that game.
Right.
So,
man, what was the stat again?
We've gone 9 consecutive games without allowing a rush over 11 yards. And we've also played 9 consecutive games against teams with 8 wins or more, and we've won them all.
Because what I'm seeing from the last matchup, Stafford had a 13-yard rush on you.
Oh, he did?
Corum had a 19-yard rush on you.
Oh, I didn't see it. Okay, well, maybe that stat ended it. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to that. Maybe that ended in the NFC title game. Because going into that, they hadn't allowed that, which I was impressed with because they had to go up against CMC a couple times. They had there was a couple other running backs. Bijan Robinson, he had 11 yards, an 11-yard run. He ran for like 75 yards.
Purdy had an 18-yard rush on y'all.
Maybe 20.
Maybe it's just running back. Maybe it's just to running backs. Maybe it was
maybe not allow a running back to go. Yeah.
I thought it was interesting how the Rams were. Well, I guess they were only a carry away, but I thought Blake Corum was more effective against y'all, and they rarely utilized him.
They only gave him like 9 rushes.
Michigan guy, and I don't like Michigan because I beat my Huskies in the national title a couple years ago. So when I saw Blake Corum kind of gash, like getting some yards, I was like, okay, like whatever. We don't need that.
Yeah, we don't need that. It's a
mean.
All right, real quick. We do have our professor Alex Cruz in waiting room, so let's bring him in. What up, brother?
Professor.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Trey?
The heck? That's Malin, brother.
Malin, meet Alex. Alex, meet Malin.
How you doing, Alex? Alex, you're a Bears fan?
Yes.
Man, it's your fault.
Born and raised in Chicago.
It's your fault we had to play the Rams.
Yeah.
I was upset about that.
They tried.
They tried. They really did.
You want to talk about like not wanting to face a team in the playoffs? I was like, all right, come on, Carolina. Carolina gave me hope in the fourth quarter. Then they blew it. And then I was like, all right, Chicago, like I'll buy a Williams jersey if I have to. And then the Bears gave me hope in the fourth quarter, and then they didn't. And I was like, all right, fine, we'll play the Rams. Like, dang it,
it's too many times.
I actually had the Seattle Seahawks and the Rams playing each other in the divisional, and then
it didn't fall that way.
49ers, they got blown out.
Well, Alex, we were just talking about the NFC Championship game, but I want to hear your thoughts. We had already gone to the AFC Championship game, but I want to hear your quick thoughts on what you thought about the AFC Championship game. Obviously, it was low scoring, snow game. Just your quick thoughts, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the one to like talk about like this narrative that Drake May is going 3-0 and he's beating all these top defenses or whatnot. But I mean, he hasn't played that good. I mean, that's been a big thing for me. But they're still finding ways to win. Other than that, I mean, I really do think if Bo Nix was in there, it would have been a lot different for sure. Especially because he could use his legs just like Drake. But other than that, man, I mean, the both defenses played really good. Towards the end, you could tell that the traction in their cleats wasn't not even the running backs to get any traction on with their cleats, so they weren't making no cuts. It was just a terrible way of like not putting up for the fans, at least, because everybody wants high scoring. To me, I like those kind of games though, like defensively. But overall, I mean, I really think Drake May and Rabel are going to make it to the Super Bowl their first year. So
none of us thought that, brother. Let's be honest. None of us thought that.
Nobody called that one.
Yeah. I just said, wild card weekend, I'm good. Whatever happens, that was my preseason pick. Whatever happens after that, cool. We'll take it step by step, depending on matchups. And damn it, we're here. Fuck it. All right, Alex. Well, what's your thoughts on the NFC Championship game? Obviously, high scoring game. One turnover kind of told the difference there. And almost one stupid penalty by Tariq Woolen also almost cost the Seahawks. But
we got to talk about that.
Yeah, we do. We got to talk about that.
we can talk about dumbass Woolen.
But Alex, share your quick thoughts on the NFC Championship game, bro.
I mean, yeah, besides that dumb penalty, I mean, Seattle's defense were playing great. I mean, think about that coming out after if they wouldn't have got that penalty, they would have been off the field already. So other than that, man, I mean, Darnold's playing great football right now, and I think everybody was kind of like doubting him. I know we, as far as the panel, we were. I think even with that 49er game, we were still kind of 50-50 because we're like, well, if Darnold comes back to what we know, then any team has really any shot against Seattle. But man, they've been balling. Like, it don't even matter. Like, I think against the 49ers, Darnold, I think at halftime had like 80 yards, but man, they're killing them. Like, their defense is flying.
Yeah.
And So like either way, man, if Darnold's I like I said, even if Darnold's having like a down game, that defense could like really make like a quarterback's life hell for sure in that pocket. So
For sure.
Man, and how shocked were you that Sam Darnold basically went bang for bang, throwing distance wise and everything with Matthew Stafford?
I was surprised, but I wasn't shocked. I've seen him do it during the year against other teams. We won a couple of them. We lost a couple of them. Most notable was probably that Buccaneer game when we were both wearing the throwbacks, and everyone was talking about Baker was going to be the MVP after that game, and saying that Ibuka was better than JSN. That was comical.
I felt good about the Baker part.
Yeah.
But he did.
It was my preseason pick.
The one thing I will say about Sam Darnold is that he's not afraid to sling it.
No.
But he does what the team asked him to do. So when he has low stats, it's because that's what the team is wanting to go in the direction of that game. They want to run, like more often than not, when he's having 140, 130 yard passing days, it's not because he's struggling. He's still completing 70% of his balls, but they're running for like 170, 180 yards as a team, and controlling the clock in the pace of the play. And the Rams did a good job against our running game. I miss Zach Charbonnet as that second punch in Seattle's offense to Kenneth Walker. And Walker had 66 yards, but he only averaged like 3.3 yards per carry. That was a big drop off from, I think, the 6 yards per carry he had against the Niners. So what I was surprised, not that he could match Stafford play for play, but it's that he didn't at least have one turnover. You know what I mean? Like, normally when you're asking him to throw the ball that many times and he's ripping over 350 yards, he'll have a few touchdowns, but he'll have a turnover or so also. Right. And I think he's gotten a lot better in the second half of the year of taking the sack or throwing it away and not putting the ball in harm's way. There was only one pass, I think in the second quarter, there was only one pass that he threw that I was like, I don't know what the hell you were thinking about there, Ginger. Like, calm down. There was like one blue shirt and like 4 white shirts, and I was so glad it wasn't picked off. So surprised he didn't have a turnover. Not surprised that he couldn't put up the numbers that he did.
I mean, can we talk about how great JSN was once again? I mean, just what a great. Well, first of all, we got a great evening of just both Puka and JSN going at it, back and forth. Each got a touchdown. Each went over 150 yards. I'll ask y'all right now. Obviously, it's probably more recency bias and stuff like that. Have these two established themselves as the top wide receivers in the game right now, or do we still got Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson? How are we feeling about it?
I think Puka easily. JSN, I'm not saying not, but Puka easily. Yes.
What about the rest of y'all?
I'll say this. The Chase, the Jeffersons, they're capable of having those years. They just don't have the availability or the talent at quarterback to be able to put up those numbers right now. But I think that you'd be a fool not to include them. Maybe JSN needs another year of doing it.
That's all.
But I will say this, when Jamar Chase went to the Super Bowl back in 2021, no one said he needed another year. He was already vaulted into that category of elite status after the 1 year that he had. He just kept doing it. But I think they should be in the conversation. Just like I think that Drake May, based off of what he did in the regular season, I know he's had a rough postseason so far, and we'll talk about that later. I think Drake May should be in the top 5 discussion of quarterback right now. I can understand why some people would want Sam Darnold to do it. Well, actually, no. I guess people want Sam Darnold to do it again. He's done it with 2 different teams, throwing for 4,000 yards, winning 14 games. But I guess he has to do it a third time for him to be able to be in that status.
A Super Bowl might clear all that up. Probably won't need another season if he wins the Super Bowl.
Probably
I think even if he has a good game, I think. Well, naysayers are going to be naysayers, right? So
I think if we had to do not a season rankings, but just a clear rankings right now, I'm pretty sure there's some available top 10 spots that we can insert Sam Darnold in there if we really wanted to. There's some guys that we can knock down. There's some guys we can knock down.
Last 2 years, especially all the people that are QB wins guys, there is absolutely you have to put them in the top. That's basically it.
Yeah, Sam Darnold's on 30 wins in the last 2 years.
That's crazy, dude.
You're basing him of not being clutch on 2 games, which was Week 18 last year against the Lions, and then the playoff game against the Rams the next day,
Right.
or the next week. That's what you're basing it on, because he won clutch games this year. He won Week 18 against the Niners. He beat the Niners and the Rams. I don't know how that doesn't go ahead and erase what happened when he was a Viking, but I don't know. I'm not an expert. We're just guys on a podcast. We're not on ESPN right now.
Alex has JSN and Puka entered the top talks, or
And I followed JSN when he was in high school here in Texas. He was always been like a burner guy. I think that was the one thing that whenever he did go to college was he was a one trick pony. It was just a guy that would run the nines or whatever and burn the DBs. But as of like the 2 years that for sure last year, I could see that his route running has gotten a lot crisp. And then this year with Sam Darnold, like you're really seeing it. Yeah, absolutely. I really do think that you could start talking about him being one of the elites, and of course he's going to have to build on this, right? So we'll see. I mean, I already think that you could have him if you're talking about like a receiver that you would want to build an offense around. Jason would probably be one of the tops. So.
And receivers and even running backs, it can always be flexible, right? I feel like with quarterbacks, you kind of like more established, you're kind of hard to move up and down. But with receivers and running backs, it's literally year by year stuff.
The one thing that I liked and what the Seattle did is that you're gonna the way they got him open right in the backfield whenever he ran like a 7 route out the backfield, that was like. It was like a scissor concept, and it looked nice. Like, for one, that way you're going to have a safety or a linebacker on him, rather than having a corner there. And it was just like smart, and he just beat him to like the top of the route. It looked nice.
You know what I think is crazy about you saying JSN in high school and saying that all he was that burner. His first year in Seattle, like 82% of his touches were screen passes. Like Shane Waldron was in love with the screen with this kid, and I hated it all the time.
Alex Lowe, Shane Waldron last year.
A lot of people also forget, that JSN caught 100 balls and almost 1,200 yards last year too. Like they weren't in the playoffs; they only won 10 games. But this is his second year in a row catching 100 balls.
Right. Last year he was asked to step up because of injury, right? To DK, he was asked to be wide receiver 1. This year, they trusted him fully by getting rid of DK and Lockett.
Right.
So that made a lot of people question, can he do it? Can he do it? And fuck it, he proved everybody, hey, he's number 1.
Jose, you want to hear a heartbreaking stat about Tyler Lockett?
Don't say it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
We drafted him the year after we lost the Super Bowl to you guys, Super Bowl 49.
Right.
And then we let him go before this year, and then we go back to the Super Bowl. So he literally bookended his entire career between us going to this, like the last time we went to the Super Bowl and this time. He was the only member for that whole 11, that whole time. And he wasn't there. He wasn't able to be a part of it in the beginning, and he's not able to be a part of it now. Like, that's heartbreaking. He's such a good guy.
Such a good guy.
Sucks to suck.
All right.
I'm not here for your sympathy, all right? You hear me getting a violin for Wes Welker? He got to play with the two of the greatest quarterbacks ever. He got no Super Bowls.
Didn't get to win then.
At least he went to the Super Bowl.
And lost.
Yeah. Tyler Lockett. That was perplexing whenever y'all released him. I get the DK stuff, but probably financials. It made sense.
It was they got cut for like $9 million less a year.
Fair
After cutting Lockett out. I think Lockett probably would have had a little bit more productivity this year. Cup was kind of a no-show for like 2/3 of the season. But yeah, they saved $9 million off of letting go of Lockett and bringing Cup in.
I think a greater story that I like is that the Rams implored Cooper Kupp to retire as a Ram. And he was like, I'm not done yet. I don't know.
That is such a bitch move.
And Seattle was like, $45 million, 3 years. Come on in, brother.
There's a lot of players that's on Seattle, even the DeMarcus Lawrence thing. All that is it's gold. It's funny. It's very funny.
I mean, it's the Super Bowl is literally the battle of the cast-offs. Both teams have people that nobody wanted, no one believed in. Yeah. The coaches fixed everything. They put it right together, the right teams, and look what they are now. Both 14-win teams in the regular season, now in the Super Bowl.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing to watch. I'm not mad if whoever wins. I'll tell you right now, Malin, I don't know how you feel. I'm just happy to be here right now. If we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. You know, it's one day at a time. We're 2-3 years ahead of schedule. Okay, that's all.
Embarrassing. I'm good.
As long as you don't 43-8 us like y'all did to the Broncos, I'm good. I'm good.
Here's the way I feel about it is if you would have told me week 8 I'm going to the Super Bowl, I would probably feel that way. But as you win more games and more expectation happens, and then you end up with the 1 seed, you beat your division rivals to go to the Super Bowl. So we have to beat the Niners 2 times in a row. We got to beat the Rams to go to the Super Bowl. Now we're playing in Santa Clara against the team that beat us in Super Bowl 49.
Yeah.
I get it. We know how it feels to lose a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It sucks. Like, I don't want that feeling again. So am I happy to be here? Yeah. Is there the expectation to win? Not necessarily like, oh, we expect to win, but it's like it's more so like I don't want to feel that loss again because I've done it twice with Super Bowl 40 with the Steelers,
right.
and then Super Bowl 49, and I hate that gut-wrenching feeling when you lose the Super Bowl because you don't know when you're going back, unless you're a Patriots fan because you guys go back I don't shit ton of times.
At least once a decade.
Yeah, so
the last 5 decades.
Yeah, love that little stat. Appreciate it.
But I mean, I get it. I get it. Super Bowls suck to lose. I hate when we lost to the Eagles after putting up 33 points and Tom Brady had a 500 passing game. I was like mad inside, but that was a game I thought we could win. This game again, I'm happy to be here. I don't even know we're supposed to be this far. Okay,
Seattle on paper is just built for now in a way. Like when you see Mike McDonald in it's not his first year as a head coach. And his first year as a head coach, missing the playoffs, but winning 10 games. And then you see how the defense is. You see the players that's on the team. They're kind of ready to win now. It is. I do understand Malin's sentiment. I probably feel a bit more upset if I was in his shoes to lose.
Yeah.
If Seattle had won Super Bowl 49 instead of y'all's Patriots, we'd got a little bit differently.
Right.
Because
it's just a revenge for 12 years ago.
Like, you know what? We end up 1-1. Like, that's cool. Sure. But like, no, man, like I don't want to be 0-2.
Hey, just to be fair, the Rams wanted that same thing, in 18, and that didn't happen. So I don't know, man. We'll see.
I hope this works the same way. I hope so, man.
Alex, to be fair, right? I've never was confident this year that the Patriots going to go this far, right? I was never confident. You can validate all that shit. This is just fool's gold. We're just
he'd even like Drake May.
Not the first
he
year.
Always brings that up.
No, but I mean,
it's true.
And then Milton didn't want Drake May to start at the beginning of last year, and I said
Neither did I.
Yeah, and I was like, no, you have to play him like you not. I mean, to see what you really because. For one, you guys really doubted him, and I'm like, well, then let him play. That way he could show you that he could play.
He got a concussion in his second start. I don't know what to tell you. That's why I didn't want him to be playing. That O-line was ass.
I think if he started Chi-Town, to be fair, and this is like, obviously no facts behind it, he'd probably be hurt by now. That's all I'm saying. That's being
He
pessimistic.
got 2 concussions last year, Alex. I'm not going to be mad about it, okay? That I didn't want him to start. I want Jacoby Brissett to die first. If we're going to invest in this kid, I don't want him dead yet. I don't want him to be Tua.
To be fair, he could have got hurt in the past like 3 games too. I mean,
Well, the way he's fair enough.
Yeah.
But he hasn't had as much of the pain if he would have played all those
Morgan
games.
Moses is taking care of him. It's okay. I mean,
Morgan Moses is doing a great job. Right?
We got Bryce in the chat. He says, "Hey, what up, y'all? Seahawks colors, obviously." And he says, "Go Hawks, baby."
Go Hawks. Respect, man.
Let's go.
I got none but respect for the Seahawks.
No, not at all. So, I mean, obviously, we could talk a little more about the Seattle Rams game. How nervous were you, Malin, that Tyreek Woolen almost cost you the game with that taunting penalty?
That was crazy.
Because y'all were up 11. Y'all had just already made them go to 4th down. Y'all were or actually it was already 4th down and they didn't convert. And then and then the next play, touchdown on Woolen. So I mean, how did you feel? Because I was like, what the fuck? Because I picked y'all to win.
He did. First of all, the anger that engulfed my soul. That's one thing. But I will tell you this. My butt cheeks tightened up more than if I had just walked into a gay bar. Okay. Like I was nervous.
Yeah.
Right after that, because this was one of those games where it's like whoever made the mistake was going to lose, right? And the Rams had already made their mistake with that muffed punt. And McVay was an idiot even leaving that guy in there for the second muffed punt, because if it wasn't for young 83 overrunning him the first time he muffed it, we would have had it the first time. Yeah. So he already muffed one punt. You left him out there. Like, good on you. You fucking deserve it, McVay. You're 38 years old. You look like you haven't aged a day. You got a supermodel wife. You've won the Super Bowl. Fuck you. The 10 postseason wins before you're 40. Shut up. They made their mistake, and we're up by I think 11, right?
Yep.
We stop them. They're going to punt. I'm FaceTiming my dad, my brother. We're like, yes, this is happening. And all of a sudden you see the flag. And I was like, why is there yellow on the field? Like, did someone lose a glove or a towel, like on the Rams side? Like, that was in my mind. I was like, and then they called it, and I was like, if I could just have someone walk by Will and just clack a vest off next to him, like, I would have been happy. I was so damn pissed off. He has since tried to make amends. I don't know if you guys have seen this. He's gone on Instagram, and he had like one of these cartoon puppy eyes with the tears saying, "Won't ever taunt again. Please forgive me, fans." Like, yada yada. Like, he's doing the full court press on the apology. But it was just such a dumbass thing to do. For sure. In that moment, because like you said, man, like one play later, touchdown to Puka. I was like,
on him, on Woolen too. He said, "Fuck you, I'm going right at you."
That really got pissed.
I was like, we can't make it a little easy. Like, we gotta do some. Like, not even like Richard Sherman was like the biggest talker in the game, and I don't even know that he got taunting penalties. But Woolen has had like 7 taunting penalties since he's been in the league. I thought we got rid of that when we got rid of DK Metcalf, but Woolen was like, "Hold my beer. I got you, family. Let me do it in one of the most important moments of a game." But yeah, I was pissed. I was angry. I hit the seat cushion on my couch out here so loud that my cat sleeping on the couch shot up so fast. I think I took 2 years off her life, so I think she's only at 7 now. That was kind of that was neat. But yeah, I was angry. That was a fun time. Thanks for bringing up the only negative that I could really find.
Hey, we love it.
Overall, all around, right? You got to get the overall picture.
It was hilarious. We got to talk about the whole game. You know, kids.
God, it's such a bad play.
Just funny enough, that happens to be the last touchdown of the game.
And why are you taunting? Like, you didn't intercept the ball. You let them pull the ball out of your hands. Like, So yeah, you defended it. I get that, but you're paid to defend it. Like that's your job. That'd be like me because I run a Starbucks, handing out a caramel macchiato and then like I don't know, taunting a customer or wanting a high five from somebody for doing my job. Like I don't understand.
You didn't get Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. I'm like, you did your job. And at first I was like, no, you can't call taunting in that moment. But then when I saw him walking into the white, like after the coaches,
everybody,
I was like, dog, man, like, why are you walking into the sideline? Like, what the hell?
Hey, with Rick Woolen, he has one more year on his contract, right?
I think he's a free agent.
Oh,
I don't think they picked up his contract.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be sought after, but
yeah, fucking hothead. But you know what? I guess I'm like that bitch that gets cheated on and wants her man back because I'm like, let's re-sign him, man, because he's really good. I'm like,
we'll deal with it. He just has a problem. We got to talk through it.
We'll live with the infidelity. It's fine. Yeah, just don't hit me if dinner's not ready. I don't know.
Y'all got $76 million in the cap space. Y'all be fine.
Oh, y'all got it. Good for y'all.
Okay, guys, I want to ask a controversial question.
Let's do it.
So obviously we've had catching issues the last couple of weeks. Whether Brendan Cooks caught it, whether Devontae Adams caught it. Well, in this game, we have no difference here. Cooper Kupp.
God damn it.
Cooper Kupp had one play, 4th down, needed a yard. Didn't take really a step or two. Falls down after getting tackled, drops the ball. It's ruled a catch. And it's a 1st down for Seattle. Sean McVay goes ahead and calls a timeout. Wants a little more time to see if he wants to challenge it. But it's told if you challenge it and you lose, then you lose that final timeout you have in your pocket. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't challenge it. So, gentlemen, was that a catch?
Melee. Come on.
I mean, hell, they call it a catch, right? I mean, I don't know.
That was the call.
Listen, Sean, this is another one of those blunders that Sean McVay had. If you wanted to challenge it, don't call the timeout to look at it more. Like, have some balls and throw the red flag out there so you still have another timeout. We're playing chess here at this point. Seattle's just trying to keep the ball away from you. Now I think this is kind of the ref's fault because they can't get their act together to decide what a catch is and what a catch isn't. Because that thing that happened in the Broncos game, I thought that was a catch, to be honest with you. There was an incident, FS1 was talking about it last week. There was an incident where I think it was Aaron Rodgers a ball had gotten deflected. He had caught it. He hit his back, and then someone dislodged it, and the refs called it a catch because he was on his back and he had possession of it. And so like they didn't call it incomplete, and that was like on Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. But then all of a sudden when the Bills receiver, he catches it, he's on his back, and then the Broncos receiver is able to roll over him and take the ball away, and now it's an interception. I thought ground, couldn't cause a fumble or whatnot, but apparently it can, or an interception. And so if you're, I don't know. I don't know what the rule is at this point based off of what we're seeing. So catch, not catch. I can tell you I was nervous. I felt like there was at least a 50-50 shot that they would overturn it. And I only say 50-50 because they called it a catch on the field.
Right.
If they had called that incomplete and McDonald tried to challenge that, I would have been like, you got like a 20% chance. But because they called it a catch on the field, I would have gone 50-50, and I would have been real nervous punting that ball back. But I think McVay kind of screwed himself by calling a timeout to have to look at it more to decide what he wanted to do, because I don't think it took us that long watching the field if we were a head coach what we would have done. So I don't know. I'm going to go with a catch, though.
Alex?
Nah, I always go with the defense, and I've always been a defensive guy. I always say it's not a catch. I mean, you can't nobody knows what a catch is anymore. But anyway, so
Isaiah likely still waiting to know if his was a catch or not.
so I mean, especially if it's like a ball that a defender and an offensive player are fighting for it, and a defender comes up with it, and they still say that it's a offensive ball. It's kind of hard to, especially me, because I mean I've like I said I've always been somebody that's always on the defensive side. So that didn't look like a catch to me, but
I just want to know when the surviving the ground start.
I,
When you
I
hit the
don't-
ground, because
not
it clearly came out as soon as his elbows hit the ground, and it's
If you come up breathing, I think I survived the ground. No,
Ah.
but listen, man, I'm coming from a team that has the infamous Fail Mary catch. You guys remember that back in 2012
Amen.
against
Yeah.
the Packers with Golden Tate, and I forget the other guy, the defender's name. I mean, the NFL got rid of that replacement referee thing like the next week. Like they're like, all right, we'll pay the refs. Come on back. We can't have this shit again. So you're asking the wrong guy when you're asking me like, what's a catch? I mean, I also got to see, Curse make that crazy catch against the Patriots in the Super Bowl 49 that went for naught because we didn't run the ball, whatever.
Thanks, Malcolm Butler.
A lot of crazy things. I will go to my grave saying that one catch by Calvin Johnson was a catch. I don't know if you guys.
Oh yes, it was.
That was a
my
catch.
God.
That was a catch. Was a catch. I'm not sure that Des Bryant caught it though. I'm not sure that.
I don't think he did.
And even if he did, I'll say no because I'll like the Cowboys. So.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well,
All
yeah,
right, Bryce.
I don't think it was a catch. But
Yeah, I figured by your reactions to everything, Milton, I was like, I don't even gotta ask you. It was definitely not a catch, but they're so inconsistent.
it's so inconsistent. I'm not mad either way.
I hope they don't do that in the Super Bowl. Like Booty catches it, the ball ends up in the air, then Diggs grabs it, and it's like, oh, not a catch because Booty dropped it.
Listen, I'm just a fan. I can be biased. If it happens in the Super Bowl and it benefits my team, I'm fine. If it goes against my team, I'm going to be really angry.
I'm rioting. We're rioting.
Well, you know what? With our luck, it's gonna go against you. You know what I'm just saying?
Fingers crossed.
Bryce in the comments says Cody sent me as a Hawks fan to talk shit and tell y'all how we're gonna smoke Drake May and the Pats. If you're taking Cody's advice, it didn't work for him.
I wouldn't do that.
So you can ask him how he felt about his Texans. Actually, there's a whole 3-hour show where he's reacting to his ass getting whooped. So you can go ahead and Bryce and go ahead and follow those footsteps. We can go there.
Shout out
But
to you.
I appreciate you subscribing to us and the People's Debate.
Thanks, dude.
Hope Nation says, "Go Patriots!"
Oh, finally.
Drake May is GOAT.
Thanks, man.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take any W. Is Alex is right? Is Drake May the reason why we're in the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. Am I going to take every opportunity to gloat about him and say he's 3-0? He's got the same amount of wins as Lamar and CJ Stroud and all this shit. Went to the Super Bowl before Josh Allen and all them. I was like, damn, Lutely, I will. God damn it, I'll take it all.
Right.
Hey, I'll do the same thing with Sam Darnold, man. Who would have thought Sam Darnold would have been the first quarterback in the 2018 draft class to make it to a Super Bowl?
That's a good conversation started too, because now
Which
people are starting.
actually, officially, he's not. Because don't you guys have a backup quarterback or third string quarterback that you drafted in the 7th round in 2018? Or that was drafted in 2018? I think you guys do. Someone brought it up on another show where the Patriots backup quarterback may have been from the 2018 draft class. And if that's the case, then he got in there before Sam Darnold did.
Wasn't that Stidham?
No, not Stidham. It's your current quarterback.
We got Tommy DeVito from the Giants, and we have Josh Hobbs from
Josh Hobbs. When were they drafted?
Josh Hobbs would be the oldest one.
2018, the later guys, Luke Falk, Kyle Laletta, and Mason Rudolph.
Okay, so all right, so it is Sam Darnold. All right, I'll take it.
Sam got it. Sam got
By the way, Sam Darnold, this is his second Super Bowl. Everyone keeps saying it's first.
You're right.
It's technically his second. He wasn't that San Francisco team a few years back.
That's true. Very true.
So he's failed Super Bowl loss before.
Okay.
So
Good job.
it won't be a first.
Good job, Jose. Appreciate that. Good sneak in.
God damn.
You know who has it? Vrabel. I'm just, it's just kinda, so it's all right.
As a player, no.
I think it's a
No,
player.
he didn't.
I think
He won all
didn't he
three,
lose?
didn't he?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
I don't think he was on that undefeated team, was he?
I don't think so. No, we let him go by then. I think 06 was his last year with us.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he lost.
I always remember him catching that touchdown in the Super
Oh no, he was Milton. He was there.
He was?
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, he was his last year with us.
Oh,
Bowl. Okay, so then he experienced the worst.
Damn it. Well, yeah, that's probably the worst Super Bowl.
Right? He lost to Eli. Yeah, fuck it. Damn. Thought I had something there.
That wasn't a catch. All right, let's go. Let's move on.
All right, guys. Well, before we preview obviously the Super Bowl 60, big news today. Bill Belichick, 6-time Super Bowl champion as a head coach, 2-time as a defensive coordinator, will not, I repeat, will not be a first ballot Hall of Famer in this year's pro football class. Identity of names are coming out as far as who was leading the charge to go against Belichick and all this stuff. But Milton, I guess I'll go reaction with you first.
You don't. It's despicable. It's disgusting. If I could write a strongly worded letter that gets read, I would, but it's not going to get read. I understand the argument of, oh well, Spygate. Sure, I get that, but still, I still can't. You can't take. How's he not a first ballot? All the other first ballot Hall of Fame head coaches was what? Tom Landry, Don Shula, and somebody else.
Jimmy Johnson. Recently.
No, Jimmy Johnson was old as crap when he made it. But
yeah, I don't think he was first ballot. Oh, Chuck Noll. Maybe Chuck Noll. So if you look at all of them compared to Bill Belichick, it's laughable, dude. But I would love to hear y'all's opinion, especially if you disagree.
Wait, you're saying that it's laughable because those guys got in and Bill Belichick didn't?
Yes.
On their first.
Aren't those guys some of those guys are like creative guys that installed.
Bill Belichick's not?
Well, I'm not saying he's not, but I'm saying those coaches install like there's West Coast offense. There's literally there's literally
stamps. They stamp.
Still,
I understand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
I understand it, but so did Bill Belichick. I'm saying it's laughable because if you don't put Bill Belichick in, but those guys are in, what did they do? What did they have that Bill Belichick doesn't? Nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't think that, in my opinion, if you're going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer head coach, you have to not be able to talk about at least a decade of football without bringing up this person's name. And Belichick did it for 20 years. There's 2 decades where you can't talk about the NFL without talking about him. And, forget about the fact of just being a head coach of the Patriots. He won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants as a defensive coordinator. He went back as a defensive coordinator with the Patriots back in '96 when they lost to the Packers. He beat the greatest show on turf. Okay. He beat the Seahawks when not a lot of people thought that he was going to beat the Seahawks in Super Bowl 49. Seattle was going for a bat. Like at that time, like Belichick was 3-2 in the Pats. Like they were on verge of winning 3, then losing 3. Like that was a pivotal Super Bowl for them.
Right.
And listen, I don't like the Patriots. Okay. I'm not going to say that I do. I like the Patriots as much as a big girl likes Weight Watchers. All right. Like it's just, I'll tolerate it. I'll put it in the microwave and I'll stomach it when I have to.
Sure.
But the fact that he got left, I hate the politics. It's just there's people out there that just didn't like the guy.
That's it.
And, like the same thing happened to Ken Griffey Jr. when one person didn't vote for him to be unanimous in the Hall of Fame for baseball. And it was one New York sports writer that did it because he wanted Jeter the next year when Jeter went in to be able to be the first unanimous one. I hate the politics of voting. And if you can't do it objectively, then don't have a vote, man. Because There's not another head coach that deserves it more than him. And I don't even like the guy. Like the fact that they're making me defend him pisses me off.
Good.
Like,
Yeah.
Hopefully they do it before he passes away. It'll be like another Pete Rose thing.
Well, geez, I don't think they're gonna punish him by making him wait 15 years. But I mean, damn. They did the same thing to Terrell Owens, and
yeah, they did.
another guy who deserved to be first ballot, but didn't go until what, year 3, year 4?
Media. Oh, he was mean to the media. Ooh.
Yeah, that's the stupid part. Why is the media the end all be all for voting for the NFL when majority of them didn't play or never even touched a football in their life? And it's just crazy to me that this is the power we give to a bunch of random people. This is why they shouldn't have the power. I mean, why do we have a whole catalog of gold jackets of Hall of Famers? Why aren't they voting? Why aren't they the ones allowing their fellow man in? But I mean, it's disgusting. Belichick's obviously first in Super Bowl wins, first in playoff wins, second all time in wins in general.
He's also first in Super Bowl appearances.
Right.
That's it too. 9.
It's a crazy. It's just so wild, dude. Because even if it's out of it, what the Pro Football Hall of Fame classify as, the Hall of Fame is they're supposed to leave off the field stuff out and focus whatever's happened objectively on the field. And so it's a disgrace to all that kind of stuff.
It's almost as bad as Shedeur Sanders being in the Pro Bowl.
Oh God, I was trying to leave him out. That's a joke.
Bill Polian, the former Colts general manager and team president, is the main culprit as to why Belichick is not in the Hall of Fame first ballot.
He deflated the balls.
Apparently, he was the big head honcho talking to people saying, well, he did Spygate, he did Deflategate, he did all this other stuff, and that's the reason. So, but it's not just him at the end of the day. It took 11 people to not vote for Belichick to get in. And you got a bunch of guys that are listed as voters. They released the names of all 50 voters. And a bunch of them are coming out saying, no, I did. I voted for him. So there's a lot of people trying to save their ass right now. But there has to be an investigation done on this. Because
as many things as Bill Polian did well, which he did do a good job with that Colts team. Sure. And I get that the Patriots got the better of him. So, yeah, he's bitter, but that shouldn't be a fault. But this is also the same guy that said that Lamar Jackson should have been a wide receiver. So maybe people shouldn't have been listening to him.
Well, now the big question is going to be, is Tom Brady not going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer?
They're going to be consistent because Bob Kraft isn't either. Because this whole same thing.
And Bob Kraft is going this year. He might be a Hall of Famer this year. So what is it? Like, what's the politics?
The fact that Jerry Jones got in there before Bob Kraft, man.
Absurd.
That's so bad.
That doesn't make any sense.
So it's insane. This is where we're at now. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to look at the Hall of Fame guys coming out, and I'm going to be like, well, you didn't deserve it over Bill. You didn't deserve it over Bill. You didn't deserve it over Bill. And you didn't deserve it. And that sucks because Hall of Fame is time to celebrate these guys. And
it means something.
And now all that's going to happen next, next Thursday when they have NFL honors. Mm-hmm. All they're going to point out is that guy shouldn't have gotten over Bill. They're going to point out one guy. They're going to dismiss his career, and he shouldn't be like that.
Right, they're going to down guys, right?
Yes, exactly. Then that's not the focus point. That shouldn't have been it. So they're going to ruin one man's evening because 11 people's stupidity. So we'll see how it goes. But guys, we don't even talk about Shedeur Sanders. The Pro Bowl's a joke. We all know that. It's been a joke. When Tyler Huntley and Mac Jones became Pro Bowlers, it told you enough, guys. So we can move on.
This is on a different level, though. I just want to put that out there. Like with Mac and Huntley, they at least had an okay.
So
Shedeur was objectively not good.
I had to make all the lists of the AFC quarterbacks, and I sent it to Alex yesterday. There's so many of them hurt, and then there's like two guys that probably just don't give a fuck or don't want to be. So like everyone's basically hurt, or the one guy in our Super Bowl. And then there's C.J. Stroud, who probably doesn't want to talk to the media right now because of his last game.
Is Trevor Lawrence hurt?
Well, Trevor Lawrence probably doesn't give a fuck.
He probably denied it. I would
Yeah.
because there's no way they pick him over Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence.
Allen's hurt. Allen's hurt. Herbert's hurt. Lamar's hurt. Burrow's hurt. Mahomes hurt. I mean,
at
Put
that
Stidham in
point,
there.
though,
Put
like
Stidham
the NFL has to do something to where, like, listen, man, like, you got to go. Like, it used to be an honor where people were excited to be able to go. But we got to start doing a thing to where, like, you're only considered a Pro Bowler if you were first voted on. Like, we need to go back, Pro Football Focus, all these people, they need to go because they're smarter than all of us. They got all the data. Go back and figure out all the Pro Bowlers that were voted and then were reserves. And I'm sorry, if you were reserved, like, you're not a Pro Bowler. You can participate all day long, and that's great, but you're not a Pro Bowler. Because Shedeur Sanders calling him a Pro Bowler
It's crazy.
is
just, I don't know. And
I know who's going to win the NFC flag football game.
And it feeds the hype train so much more.
Yes.
On this kid, which is not even fair to him or the next head coach of the Browns.
Agreed.
Because if he doesn't want to play Shedeur Sanders and fans are, well, he's a Pro Bowler. Shut up.
Pro Bowler.
Like, God, man.
Well, I said I didn't want to talk about that over here.
Right. It was just it's a crazy thing that they did. I can't believe there has to be no other AFC. I'd rather put Phillip Rivers in there. He had a better year than Shedeur.
Jose, did it seem like James was trying to like make it seem like, well, this is why he made it, because of like he sent us that thing about Drake May that he was his like the reserve for him. I'm like, that still doesn't. They still got to pick somebody else.
Yeah.
Like for real.
The question is, was there no one else? I would have just picked Phillip Rivers.
Hey,
That's what I'm saying.
where's Joe Flacco? Right now?
Put Joe Flacco in.
I'll be honest, Alex. I don't think James looked at the previous text thread. I think he just put Shedeur out there. I don't even think he knew what he was responding to. I don't think he,
because James has been like huge on him. I'm like, dude, he's not that good.
I'll tell you right now, the AFC East with the Dolphins and the Jets, complete ass. But I would have taken Tua or Fields or Tyrod Taylor over Shedeur Sanders.
Technically, Fields had a better year.
I would have. I don't know who's the backup for the Chiefs. I'd have taken his ass.
Nah, probably not.
no,
Probably.
we can't go that far.
All right, Nathan. All right.
I said in the text thread, Tyler Huntley. I mean, he was a better backup than a lot of the other guys. You know, why not? Just throw him out there. He's already a Pro Bowler. Make him a 2-time. You know, so.
Bring Derek Carr back. You know, just for the Pro Bowl.
Okay, chill
Hey,
the fuck
he
out.
won the- no.
Chill the fuck out. Derek Carr is ass. Always been ass. You
But
need to
just-
stop. I understand you're the president of his fan club. Get the fuck out of there. You're a boner now. Okay, you're a bisexual. Just stay there. You do not need to be a Derek Carr fan.
Jose has been real like he's always like talk shit about quarterbacks, and then it takes like 2 or 3 years and they come back and they're in the Super Bowl. Because I know he was talking a lot of stuff about Sam Darnold.
Honestly, Sam Darnold
past
wasn't
years
good enough for me to talk about. So I mean, what you want me to say? He's a guy who saw ghosts. Like, oh,
He was bad.
Yeah,
What-
but the thing is though, like,
what did you want me to say?
you have to see the situation.
Of course. But we
Okay.
haven't. But at that time, to be fair to Jose, he didn't see him without the situation. Well, depending on when you were
What
talking.
do you?
about
Okay,
crazy
what?
talk.
Okay, I'm sorry. You want me to be psychic? I need to see what is in the future. Oh, Justin Fields, Super Bowl MVP.
You know,
What? No, I'm not gonna do that. Dog, like I have to react to what's going on now. He was a horrible Jets quarterback. Yes, he was in a horrible Jets organization.
Of course.
It's still happening at the time. That's what I have to react
Like
to.
Mac Jones,
I'm not gonna
Mac
exactly.
Jones too.
Mac Jones had a good, decent year, but he was always ass. And you know, I was never a Mac Jones guy.
Yeah.
You know that from the start.
Yeah.
I was never a Mac Jones guy.
That's okay.
So when
Yeah,
he
but I
had a
feel like-
good, okay year with Josh McDaniels, I was like, okay, I don't think he can keep that up because now Josh McDaniels is gone. And who would he have? A defensive coordinator as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah.
You want me to react for the future? Hell no. I ain't no psychic. I ain't no genie. I
Yeah.
reacted today.
hindsight it makes it easy for people to say like, oh, okay, well, Sam Darnold, it was, the negative was circumstances. And I think all of us can say that was true, but before last year, there was no real evidence for it. Because even in San Francisco, he looked okay. He wasn't really good.
But let's remember his greatness in Carolina.
That also
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
Oh yeah,
he did win 5 out of his last 6 games in Carolina
when they were already eliminated.
Hey, did he win?
So did Tyler Shuck. Is he going to be MVP next year?
He might be.
But that's the same argument. That's the same argument as saying you beat the teams that are in front of you. That's just what I don't get. Like, people like to move goalposts. Yes, they're winning. Now the teams are eliminated. So what? You're winning games. Just like you beat bad teams. It doesn't really matter.
But there's a time and place. Like for us, there is a time and place, Alex. Because for us, when there's a schedule going out through the whole season, that's what everyone's talking about. When you're already eliminated after starting 3-13, there's not really much to talk about, brother.
All I know is that the stat is going back to the week before Thanksgiving 2022 until now, and this is counting the one game he started and lost in San Francisco in 2023. Sam Darnold is 35-7. Since leaving, since that moment, right before Thanksgiving in 2022. So I think a lot of what we saw from the Jets is the Jets. I mean, the Jets made Aaron Rodgers look bad. I mean, how do you do that? How do you make him look? They made Brett Favre look bad.
It's pretty easy when his highlight is him carrying the American flag. And then
that's pretty.
It's very easy.
When he came back the next year, and I think
still a highlight.
That Robert Saleh has a pretty good defensive philosophy, and that offense was still ass. They gave him Devontae Adams. The Jets had Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson and Bryce Hall, and still looked like ass.
Right.
Power of the franchise.
Yeah.
So do we blame the quarterback for that? Is that Sam Darnold's fault?
Hey, I can say right now, Alex still blames the quarterback. He hates Aaron Rodgers, so he blamed him no matter what. I always said the Jets are ass. 5-win max at best.
I was in the pod when me and talked about it. I was like, Aaron Rodgers didn't play when he was with the Jets. He didn't. And there was times that he had decent games. He wasn't terrible, but
he was agreeing. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, mark my words, and Mike McCarthy, playoff bound. All right, go ahead.
I swear to God, Milton, I just want to get a glove and just smack you and challenge you to a duel. I swear to God, sometimes, man. You were like, Indy's going to win it all. Indy didn't win it all. I'm sorry. God, the football gods didn't even believe you on that one.
Well, whatever. Yeah, sure. I was still right. I've been right about the Steelers. Hey, sorry. It's all good.
Since it says variable calls a lot of screenplays, that's not his focus. No, that's not his focal point, but it just depends on the situation.
They better not do that against Seattle. I'll tell you
that. They ain't gonna call screenplays.
I don't think so. That would not be.
We would die. We would go negative 500.
Who's your tight end? Hunter Henry.
Yeah, he's a good tight end.
So now do we all agree Minnesota fucked up?
He should be 50.
Yeah.
I think Hunter Henry should be 50% of your offense.
I think that would be smart. I agree with you.
I'm fine with it. We've kept them quiet the whole playoffs for this one game.
We are literally ass against tight ends. So,
and we can live with that.
Which is no pun intended when I say ass against tight ends.
That's a good one. See, Malin, you're good at this, dude. That was a terrible.
Yeah, you should get into podcasting.
Yeah, sure. You're really good at this. Off the cuff.
Malin, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody where they can catch you at every week?
Oh man, every week if you want to look after further review, we have a show every Wednesday night, 9:30 Eastern on YouTube, and then we stream it to Spotify and iHeartRadio and such. I think we're at episode 273 or 274 this week, so we've been going at it a few years. Jalen, my main co-host, also Patriots fan. So it's going to be a fun 2 weeks for us.
Just don't bring him. We got too many Patriots fans already.
Are you from Seattle?
I was born in Tacoma, Washington, about 40 minutes south of Seattle. I've been in the Tampa area for the last 20-some years. And don't worry, I hate all sports, Tampa. In fact, if someone wanted to drop a nuke on this place, I'd gladly allow myself to die for this place to get
The
wiped.
Tampa
God
Bay
damn.
Rays.
Damn, that went dark. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
it's terrible. There's nothing worse than Tampa sports
Don't do
fans.
it. Don't do it.
Nothing worse than Tampa sports fans. They only like their team when they win. They don't ride with them when they lose. It doesn't matter football, baseball, even hockey with the Lightning. Bunch of bandwagoner people down here.
Wait till you take a walk to San Antonio River, and you'll feel I know your pain.
What's this?
Alex,
River?
Alex, how many times have you actually walked the San Antonio River?
Is this Spurs fans?
I walked it. I walked a lot of times. I mean, not recently, but now that I have my kids and all, but I would always.
Why don't you go during Fiesta and stuff? Have some fun. Relax. You're becoming a real old man. Like, I know your soul's like 80 years old, but goddamn, Malin,
the Chicago years.
the way you hate Tampa is the way Alex hates San Antonio, and we only got one sports team here.
I don't even.
Like, he hates San Antonio, bro.
Hey, you know what? Charles Barkley be talking about them big old women in San Antonio, man.
He ain't wrong, bro.
He's one of them. He's one of them. You know. So.
Well, because he's on Ozempic now.
Yeah,
he's been thinning out.
Yeah.
But
it took him 7
skinny
years
yet,
to do it.
or is he getting there?
You know, I think he's half of what he was, so he's getting there.
Oh, so from 600 to 300 is not really that much difference. That's like Jelly Roll.
If he loses much more, Charles is going to start looking like a damn bobblehead. Okay. If he loses much more, because he got a big old head, and with a little body like that, like he's not going to be able to hold his head still. He's going to look like Michael J. Fox.
I can't tell the difference between Charles Barkley and Jelly Roll. Okay, so
that's a crazy comparison. Okay, all right, right on, man. Go ahead.
Don't worry, bro. It's gonna take Sam Darnold beating them for them to give him respect. I mean, we're giving Sam Darnold respect for what he's done the last 2 years. We're not
for sure, man.
But I'm not gonna lie to you and say, "Oh my God, I saw this coming." Like before that, no. What?
Yeah.
Even last year, I was giving all the praise to Kevin O'Connell. To be fair, I'm not even gonna lie to you about that.
Here's the crazy thing, though, guys, is that if the Seahawks win the Super Bowl, but Sam Darnold is like 12 of 17 for 170 yards and maybe one touchdown, no interception, he's not getting any respect.
That's
the only way he gets
your MVP's JSN already.
Throws for 250, 300,
sure,
2 touchdowns, no turnovers. Like he can't just not be the reason why they don't lose. Like he has to ball out, and the only thing that's unfair to that is that he's going to do whatever they need to do to win. And if the run game is popping and he doesn't end up with a lot of stats and they still win, he's not going to get that respect, and that's kind of sad.
It's funny that you say that, because if it's the other way around, if the other quarterback does that, it's going to be crazy. I'm not saying because Sam Milton here, but I'm just saying I think a lot of casual sports fans are going to be on that cusp. Like, oh look, Drake May won his second.
Yeah, if Drake May,
I agree with you though. Like, if
Drake May wins the Super Bowl with 125 yards passing, he'll be the next president. That's just
it'll be just like Brady's first bowl. It's something different.
I don't disagree with y'all, but don't you think, other than casual wise or just Sam Darnold haters, let's exit those out. I think that narrative, not saying just or not, but I would understand it just because of the regular season that Drake May had. That's probably why they would lean that way. I think it would be unfair to Sam Darnold, because if Sam Darnold has an efficient game and they win.
Here's the thing, Milton. This is what Alex is saying, because this is what he's getting tired of everyone talking about. He's getting tired of hearing everyone saying Drake May beat 3 top 5 defenses. He's getting tired of Drake May getting all the love when it's really not him leading the whole pack. He's made some nice crucial plays, but he hasn't done it from quarters 1 through 4. Sure. He's been very sporadic. He has 5 touchdowns and 5 turnovers this whole postseason, but everyone's giving all the love to 23-year-old Drake May. When in reality, us fans who are really watching the game, who are really like diagnosing everything, we understand it's the coaching, it's the defense, it's the situations, and Is there a lot of luck into this? Absolutely. You need a lot of luck to get into the Super Bowl. It happens every damn year. But he's tired of the overwhelming narrative. It's just Drake May doing all this other stuff.
I'm going to go ahead and throw out the AFC Championship game just because there was like a quarter and a half of snow, and then there was like I don't know if you guys thought the world was going to end in the fourth quarter of that game, but I got nervous. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that one out. Sure. But he still kind of played like ass, if we're being honest, against the Chargers and the Texans. Like he didn't play, and when I say like play like ass, like he set the bar high in the regular season.
Sure.
And he hasn't come close to being that
in the playoffs,
in the postseason.
Absolutely.
Now, he was playing tougher defenses, and there is weather to take into account. I mean, because he played in the snow against the Texans, right? It was snowing then, too, right? There was some flurries.
And I'll say with Houston, he had a decent game. It wasn't a great game, but it was a decent game.
It was
better than the LA game.
Well, okay. But but this is to Alex's point. If Sam Darnold had that game,
no credit whatsoever. No credit whatsoever.
Like,
exactly.
I agree with that.
So much different.
But that's what we're saying. We're not doing that. Me and Milton.
I agree with you.
No, and I know that's what I was saying. Like I'm tired of people moving goalposts for certain quarterbacks. If you're gonna talk about quarterbacks, then do it as a whole and judge them all the same, not just.
Yeah, we can't.
And like it's not just us. I say just casuals, but like sometimes we watch these sports like shows on ESPN or FS1, and they do it. And I think Sam Acho has his thing on TikTok now. And like the thing, dude, what really got me mad was watching that and Shady McCoy could not give Sam Darnold his fucking flowers, and that was pissing me off. And then Acho was trying to like check him, but even though that's his boy, like, dude, check him. Like, you know what I mean? That's your boy, but check, like, dude, he was wrong, and he didn't want to give his flowers.
I appreciate that so much because I saw the same damn thing. Because all Shady's been saying is that Sam Darnold is going to fall apart. He's going to fold. And then when he played efficient in Week 18 against the Niners, he was like, nope, they didn't win it because of him. When he played efficient against the Niners again in the playoffs, he was like, nope, they didn't win because of him. The Seahawks are in the Super Bowl because of Sam Darnold. They beat the Rams because of Sam Darnold. He outdueled Stafford in that game, and Shady still could not give him his flowers. And I was like, that is so insane to me. He kept saying, well, no, he needs to do it again. I was like, well, how many times does someone need to do something? Sorry to cut you off. Oh, sorry. In that game, like the stats are nearly identical between Stafford and Darnold, right?
Yeah, right.
Except one quarterback was 0 for 7 on third down, and the other quarterback was 6 for 9 for 102 yards on third down. That was Sam Darnold.
Right.
Like outplayed who's probably going to be in the MVP. I think you guys might agree on that. I don't think May is going to get it. I'm sorry. I don't think May is going to get it. I think it's going to be old. I think there's too much going against May with, I think people are going to bring the strength of schedule, stuff like that in there. Sure. 50 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That's kind of wild. He outdoed him on third down. And yet Shady still was just like, no, he's a choker. He has to do it again. And I'm like, when are we going to stop pushing this narrative? That, like, a quarterback has, like, they keep moving the goalpost on him.
Yes.
And I'm not the hugest Sam Darnold fan. I haven't gone out and bought his jersey or anything like that.
Fair is fair, right? Yeah. Fair is fair. Just keep it logically conclusive. And like y'all said, moving the goalpost. That's exactly what McCoy does. And McCoy's been on record talking about wins as like a quarterback stat. So it's like, which one is it, dude? Like, you can't. But
that's what I'm saying.
That's why his show got canceled on Fox, and they had to.
They all.
I want y'all. People understand.
It was Joy Taylor was sleeping with people.
Allegedly. Hey.
And
No, she did. Come on now. We don't go on.
Oh, it was the producers. I'm sorry. It wasn't like Ocho.
It's the main guy. Yeah.
And it's Emmanuel Ocho, Alex. You can, Sam Ocho is the one that no one talks about.
Sam's reasonable.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sam's like nowhere to be found, sadly.
No, Sam much he does a lot of college football coverage.
Yeah, he's
Well,
reasonable.
there you go.
He's a reasonable guy.
Yeah, Emmanuel, he'll find the prettiest lady and have her sleep with all the producers. But just to forget, Speakeasy's YouTube channel, they have 2 million subscribers. That's from the old Undisputed channel. They literally just took their channel and now that's why they don't even have that many followers in reality. So, Alex, don't focus on Shady. No one gives a fuck. He's a guy. He's a participation award Super Bowl champion. That's all he is.
No, good call out, dude.
No, but I'm just saying, like, well, most of the taco shows that I see is like throwing that narrative, and it's like.
But this is what I'm saying, bro. This is ESPN. Don't know what they're talking about. Fucking Stephen A. Smith last week was like, guys, do you know why the Patriots defense is so great? It's because of defensive coordinator Terrell Williams. He's been out since week 2 with prostate cancer. This motherfucker said he gave props to a guy who's not been in the building since. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
They don't.
I saw that.
Yeah, they don't.
Fucking Cam Newton went on the damn show and said Notre Dame hasn't done shit, and then the host had to check them. They were in the national championship last year.
That's a whole.
Dan Orlovsky literally admitted, I haven't paid attention once to the damn Patriots defense. I didn't know they were this damn good. What are y'all getting paid for? What are y'all getting paid for?
There's only 2 shows that I'll watch that, even though one of them still has some homers on the show. One of them is I'll watch Colin Cowherd. I think he has some crazy takes sometimes, but he keeps it real. He's actually from the Seattle area, and he's glazing all over the Patriots right now. And I like what is it? First Things First.
I was gonna say I like that is right. Entertaining, man. I love the guys.
I get that you got you got God, what's his name?
Nick Wright, Kevin Wilds.
Kevin Wilds. Kevin Wilds, big Patriots fan. Nick Wright being a big Chiefs fan. Chris Broussard, I don't know when he branched out from basketball, but he did it. Good for him.
Good.
Working out.
I love that show because even though I love it because they're objective, but they're not objective. They're still homers. And I love it when somebody can be a host of a show, yet still be a homer. But then also, like, they give credit where credit's due.
Right.
So I do like that show. That's probably one of my favorite shows to watch.
That's the only one I really follow.
That's the only one I watch because it is very, very entertaining.
Dude, they know how to do it right. They have a 2-hour show just like everyone else, right? Down they have overtime and whatnot with Danny Parkins and stuff. But they know how to do it right. They cover every game. They don't cover just one. They cover they literally try to talk about all the major games. So like every playoff game, they talked about all of them. The Patriots got like 1 minute of love through First Take each week until this last week.
Sucks, dude.
Pat McAfee show, I could deal with because at least there are a bunch of them are football players who are just love the game. So that's the only ESPN show I watch.
Did you guys watch the episode of First Things First yesterday?
No,
you didn't.
I refuse to watch them.
No. For First Things First, it's the one.
First thing first. Sorry, first thing. Yeah, First thing first. Yes.
So Kevin Wilde come out there with the Doorstep of Destiny, which I think is hilarious because he's been doing it since week 4. It's funny.
It's pretty.
If I don't know if you guys saw the episode where he did some breakdancing. Was that really him?
It wasn't him. I had to replay it. They played it so well. They played it so well.
So when the dude stopped dancing and they edited it. This was a pre-editing thing.
Yes.
Okay.
They edited it badly because I used to work on TV.
You could see the
when he started walking towards the chair at the right side of the screen, it's a glimpse. Right? No, he didn't turn. There's a glimpse of Wilds just standing there.
Okay. Because I was in my mind, I was like, Wilds about to need a chiropractor.
First of all, there's no way you can dance and talk like that at the same time. I would be.
And he was out of breath afterwards.
Wilds did do a pretty good job of acting.
He was doing great. He did a great job.
Out of breath. But I was just like, I was watching it and I was like, that cannot possibly be him.
Someone had to tell him, hey, you gotta pretend like you're actually doing this. You can't just talk normal.
At the end.
Wow, look what I can do, guys. Oh, watch this.
What a guy, man. Shout out to
If I attempted one of those dance moves, I would need one of Deshaun Watson's massage people.
All those guys pick on my boy Danny on that show.
the Chicago fan.
I don't know.
Danny,
To be fair, Danny's
spitting,
very
though.
outlandish on
Danny
his
be
fucking
spitting
takes.
though, man.
He's awesome. I love him, and
Yeah,
especially on the
he
I'm glad they kept him
he
around.
checked
God,
them.
Fox kept him around.
he checks all of them, and then they're like, I think it was Chris. He was bringing up a point, something about the Bears, and Danny just threw a narrative like right back at him about his Lamar Jackson and his rating.
Well, Alex, there was a point.
I don't know. It was kind of funny.
Jaguars. There was a point where the Jaguars on like an 8 or 9 game win streak, but he didn't put them in his top 10 because it's Trevor, and he put the Chargers, who had just lost or whatever. It's like, make it make sense, brother. He's like, look, I think Justin Herbert's great. I think he's going to be doing it.
Well, he thinks Justin Herbert's basically Pat Mahomes. Not yet. Not yet.
He thinks he's the new Peyton Manning.
Right.
I felt bad for the fact that he went 0-6 the last 2 weeks of the regular season, let Nick Wright come back and beat him on picks. Because he was coming out there in the show with all the jacks and all that, being the winner from the last year, and then he went 0-6 the last 2 weeks. Let Nick Wright get him.
Every week he was respecting the Patriots. I was okay with it.
Shout out to First Things First. Great show.
Good.
We love you guys.
Yep. Not you, Shade McCoy. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I've always said.
I know you have. All right. Guys, the Seahawks are favorited -4.5 against the Patriots next week in the Super Bowl matchup. The opening bid started at -3.5, and now it just got a little wider. Dang. And I have a feeling it's probably still going to get a little wider as time goes on. I do. I think you got to understand, Milton. As of right now, as of everyone's feelings, everyone's picking Seattle over the Patriots. If you're not a Patriot fan, no one's picking the Patriots right now. Everyone feels strongly that we're gonna get our ass whooped.
Oh, get exposed.
And we have no chance of scoring on Seattle's defense.
I don't think you're getting your ass whooped.
Appreciate that.
I don't think so either. But that is the narrative that is happening right now.
Is that true? Chi-Town. Yeah, you're not a Patriot or a Seattle fan. Are you hearing that too? Everybody has Seattle.
Yeah. I think everybody does think that Seattle's gonna really, because they've seen some memes where like it says like Patriot fan down 31-9 at halftime just watching Bad Bunny, and there's just like a Bad Bunny song and like the dude's just staring. I was like, what the? Yeah, there's a lot of people thinking that it's gonna be that way. I mean, like I said, casuals.
I'll take it.
Milton, I will say this, that I do a lot of my sports betting on Hard Rock, which shout out to Hard Rock if they want to sponsor your guys' show. Let's do it. Yeah, because they do some great sport. They actually opened up Seattle -5, and now it's moved to Seattle -4.5. And Hard Rock right now is showing that 88% of the money is on Seattle. 88. Right now, even at 4.5, 88% of the money is on Seattle. I think that it's actually going to end up going lower because so much money in Vegas is going on Seattle. Offshore accounts, from what I hear, is going on Seattle, that Vegas is going to lower it to try to get more people to bet on the Patriot side. So it wouldn't surprise me if you end up with like a 3.5 back. I don't know what MGM is at because I can't gamble with him down here in Florida because these Indian tribes, they just want all the money themselves. But Hard Rock it's pretty solid Seattle right now.
Is it because Drake May's playoff performances?
This is what one analyst from ESPN said. The Seattle Seahawks have incredible defense. There are not many units that can compare, and the Seattle defense has what it takes to beat a shaky Patriots offense.
All right, what the heck? We look shaky because
they asked 11 analysts from ESPN.
We will talk about the game, but what I think from a pure betting standpoint, because I take game analysis, betting a lot differently because I'm a degenerate gambler, man. Mm-hmm. And I'm very glad that I'm up like $480 in the playoffs right now.
I'm talking about.
But I think that so much of the money on Hard Rock is because of where they put the line at -5. I think it's going to be a closer game. And so when you start the line at -5, I think that's a reason why so many people jumped on the Seahawks on that one. Thinking that it's going to be like a 10-point game or whatever. But when you start moving a little bit closer, I think it's going to change. They're going to try to get people like I don't make my analysis on picks based on who I think is going to win. Like the point spread has a huge part in that. I think it'll be closer than that. So I haven't put money down on it yet because I think it's going to be a little bit of a closer game. So when they were giving me 5 points, I was like, I don't like 5 points. I'm waiting for it to come down a little bit more, but until it's like a 3-point spread, I don't.
It won't go down like that.
I don't see a lot of people betting the Patriots on this.
Milton, I'm telling you, bro, it's not. It's if anything, the gap's gonna get wider. Everyone, like I'm telling you, the names that came out: Stephania Ball, Matt Bowen, Dan Graziano, Dan Orlovsky, Eric Moody, Jason Reed, Aaron Schatz, Ben Solek, Seth Walder, Field Yates. All of them picked Seattle to whoop our ass. All of them.
These are all the same people we just said don't know shit.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But I'm telling Milton because Milton's shocked. He's just like, I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
But here's what.
Thanks.
I want it this way. I don't want anyone to believe in us. Right. They haven't believed in us all postseason.
Yeah.
Why start now? Please be. I want to be the villain. Underdogs.
Heck yeah.
Pick against us.
You're always going to be the villain. You know.
Yeah, we're the Patriots.
You're always going to be the villain.
If we played,
call me Darth Patriots.
If we played the Cowboys, who would be the villain?
Patriots.
Belichick. I'm gonna put my hoodie
Still?
on.
Damn it! All right.
I think so. Just because Jerry Jones is so damn old now, I think people are getting more sympathetic to his.
He's a loser. He's a fucking bum. He deserves all the L's he gets.
His dumbass. And I think people are sympathetic to Dak too.
They say fuck Dak. We have one of our guys on our own thread who hates him, who thinks he's the 40th best quarterback in the league,
which is upsetting. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. Oh. All right, let's get to it. Let's talk about the game. Super Bowl
matchup, guys. This is two underdog teams. Both one team that entered the season -6,000. The other team entered -8,000. Betting favorites to go to the Super Bowl. So if you made those bets before the season, congratulations. You got some money from that one.
$20 down.
But let's talk about how fantastic the Seattle Seahawks have been. Let's start with them first. Sam Darnold's had a 4,000-yard season, another one. JSN's emerged as one of the top wide receivers in the league. The defense has stepped up. Mike McDonald has built a fantastic unit, a unit that Pete Carroll kind of let go to waste. Mike McDonald came in 2 years has made an elite top defense. Sure. A lot argue top 3, some argue top 2. It doesn't matter. They are here today. They led the entire season, regular and postseason, on defense, only averaging about 17 points per game allowed. That's number 1 in the whole season. So, Malin, obviously you have a great run defense. You had a great running tandem. Sadly, one of them went down with the ACL tear. What are the advantages you see the Seattle has going up against the New England Patriots?
I don't like the Patriots O-line. And I think Seattle is one of the best teams with getting pressures on a quarterback with just a 4-man rush. They don't have to blitz. I think they're going to get a lot of pressure on Drake May, to be honest with you. Now, his running ability makes me nervous. Mm-hmm. Okay. But we've handled running quarterbacks too. To me, the biggest advantage we have is our defense versus your O-line. Because if Drake May doesn't have time to throw the ball, our secondary is going to kill him. And we don't allow a lot of yak yards. You catch it, you're getting murdered. You're not running away from us. Mm-hmm. And so Drake May is going to have to be very efficient with like 2.5, 3 seconds. He's not going to have more than that. So I like that advantage on our end, our defense against that offensive line, because our front 4, with Byron Murphy, the Williams, the Nwosu, we got people they can sub in regularly.
Yep.
I really and also our rookie Eamon Wari,
Yep.
number 3, that plays sometimes safety, but a lot of times he's playing. I can't remember the term off the top of my head because I think I've had a little bit too much bourbon. Linebacker, but it's a certain type of linebacker. But he's all over the field, whether he's in coverage, whether he's rushing, whether he's playing the ball. I just don't think that Drake May's going to have to win this game, in my opinion. I don't think you're going to have much of a running game, and I think they're going to put pressure on him. I think that's where it's going to start and end, is the front line on the Patriots offense and our defensive line. I think that's the weakest point you guys have. Everything else, I think we match up pretty well.
Milton, obviously you're a Pats fan in this conversation, as am I, but I'm trying to be the unbiased host as best I can. Obviously, we have a guy who is in top 2 of MVP. I think we solidify he will be second place because he also got voted top 5 for Offensive Player of the Year, so that kind of solidified he got second place in the MVP. We didn't have any 1,000. We didn't have a 1,000-yard rusher. We had a 1,000-yard receiver. Barely make it by the end of the season. We had a top 5 scoring defense. We had a top 5 scoring offense. We've had to go through the ringer playing against 3 top defenses. Obviously, the offense wasn't pretty in any of those games, but did enough to win the game.
Yep.
What are the advantages you see the Patriots having against the Seattle Seahawks, who haven't played a top 5 defense or even a top 10 defense this postseason?
That's the whole thing. I with Malin's point, I agree. And I think during the entire postseason, I've been saying, yes, our offensive line is the weakest. We are liable to get pressured. However, looking at Seattle's offensive line, sacks allowed, y'all obviously only allowed I think less than 30 sacks. So what me and Jose looked at on paper before the season started, y'all over-exceeded expectations with Clint Kubiak's scheme. So fair enough. But, however, I do think with our defensive line and how we're committing pressure in the interior and with Chazon in the exterior, I think that's going to be a problem. I think we have the secondary that can neutralize as much as possible JSN. We actually have pieces that can neutralize him. Fingers crossed, hopefully. We at least have the players compared to the Rams. The Rams corners absolutely suck, and they got fried. They had one job, they couldn't do it. So I think with us putting pressure on Sam, which I think is going to be a problem for Sam, and us at least stopping or neutralizing the best weapon with our corner or secondary play, I think that's where it's going to be won. I think we're both kind of agreeing. I think it's going to be won in the trenches. This game is going to be won in the trenches. Both of our offensive line, one on paper is worse than the other, but also one defensive line has performed exceedingly well in the playoffs against actually a better offensive line in Denver. So, yeah, I think we'll win in the trenches, causing Sam Darnold to not see ghosts and not play terrible, but have a couple turnovers. And Drake May, even if he's not just MVP Drake May, he's going to make less mistakes, in my opinion.
And I agree with you on that. And that's you're talking offensive line on Seahawks. I'm talking offensive lines on Patriots.
Yeah, right.
I think whichever offensive line shows up better is going to be the difference of the game. And that doesn't sound sexy.
It
and
doesn't.
Again, we're not FS1.
Right.
I don't have a door to destiny and trumpets playing and all that shit. But I think I really think it comes down to that because we can you guys could force Sam Darnold into mistakes and possibly an interception or two, right? And Drake May's had some fumble issues as of late. He didn't do it in Denver, which I thought was actually really impressive.
For sure.
hold on to the ball.
In the beginning, I was scared because Cooper and all them were getting. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
But it's going to be like which defensive line can force the other quarterback into mistakes, in my opinion. I think they both can be prone to them a little bit right now. Different mistakes, one being interceptions, one being fumbles.
Good point.
But I think that's like the biggest concern on both sides. Everything else, I think we match up well on. I really do.
What about Chi-Town? I'm interested.
Well, before he goes, we don't have the doorstep of destiny. I do have the machete of Mayday, so this will probably.
Yeah, come on, Seattle. Bring what you got. What you got?
You want me to bust my AR-15 now? What do you want?
Please don't. I got a whistle. I'll throw a flag on you real quick.
I got a gun safe. Ahead.
Throw some challenge flags too. I got a challenge flag too for you. So y'all mind your piece.
But Alex, what are your thoughts, man? What is going to win it for each side in this battle? Is it the trenches? Is it QB play? What's it going to take for either Seattle or New England to come out as Super Bowl champion?
Man, I know. Remember when we did the draft your whole team or whatever, draft your NFL offense, and I went all offensive line first. Everybody gave me shit. Yeah, we did an all-time draft pod one time, and I went online.
We'll do one soon again.
And they gave me shit. Yes, the what you want is somebody as an O-line that could all communicate and pick up blitzes for sure. The one thing that I do see that you guys were talking about that Seattle does do only pressure with 4 most of the time. The most important thing when you do that is, especially with Drake May, is that you stay in your rush lanes. Hands down, you have to stay in your rush lanes. If not, Drake May will step into the pocket and run for 10, 15 yards or whatsoever. Right. But I do feel like Seattle, if I was Seattle, I would give the cover 0 look, get Drake May to start checking out of whatever they're doing, and then just rush 4. You know, since he is a young quarterback, the offensive line has been struggling a lot. Show cover 0, and show that you're gonna blitz and then pull out of it and then rush for your 4. If not, I mean, but like you have to have him thinking, because he is a young quarterback. With Sam Darnold, he is a little bit, he's been in the league. He's seen different type of looks. A little bit more polish. And to me, for Seattle, one of the big things will be the special teams. We've seen it in the playoffs so far that the special teams has been putting him in good field position, and even scoring touchdowns. So that would be a big key to me. And then JSN, obviously, putting him in the backfield, putting him in different spots where Gonzalez can't really line up head to head on him. Put him in the slot, put him like kind of like in the wing tee or whatnot behind the tight end or something. That would be big. And then for the Patriots, you would I really do think they have to pound the ball, run the ball, get Drake May under center, play a little old school offense with him and try to keep Seattle on the sideline. I know it's gonna be hard. I mean, Seattle's has been playing great defense, so it's gonna be a little tough. But that's gonna be a big factor, and Mike Rabel is obviously an X factor for them.
Yeah, gotta stay disciplined. That was, and all those things that Alex is talking about, whether negative or positive for the Patriots side, that's exactly what Denver tried to do as well. Denver was disguising their defenses very well. Drake thought they were going to blitz, but then they pulled back, and he was like, "Shoot, I don't know what to do now." And you saw it a few times in the first half where they really had him off balance and off tone. And once everything settled down, once the defense started heating up, then he started playing a little bit, not too great, not too bad either. But as long as he held on to the ball, the other thing is, main thing for both teams is going to be turnovers. Yeah. The team that doesn't turn over the ball or turns over the least will end up winning this game. And they're both playing top 3 really rushing defenses. So, excuse me, they're going to have a really tough time. Ramondre Stevenson, some of Travion Henderson is going to have to be the biggest key for the Patriots. because really, realistically, I like Booty, I like Diggs, and I like it was never going to come out well, Milton, and I love I love Hollins, but these guys are not going
I
to
couldn't hold it in. I couldn't hold it in, man. That's all right. Sorry.
You could have said the full name.
I'm a child.
You can't say the full name, bro. What's it matter? Keyshawn Booty.
All right,
You
go
know?
ahead. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Not my fault. His parents wanted to come out there and be like, all booty all day.
It's booty.
No, it's booty.
Hey, that's just a French booty. That's all that is.
That's a
That's
French.
all it is.
Yeah.
But we know that those guys are going to have a tough time causing separation. Obviously, Tariq Woolen, he's not the same as he was rookie year, but he's really still good, efficient. Devin Witherspoon has been showing out he's one of the best top 10 cornerbacks in the league right now.
Yep, for sure.
Evan Worry, love his discipline. He's been a great rookie. He's my defensive rookie of the year. I'm glad he checked on Rick Woolen the other day when he did that stupid penalty. So it's going to be a tough matches. It's definitely what y'all said about it's the trenches, but I do think in the end as well, there's going to have to be quarterback play, something significant for them to win out the game for both sides.
Okay.
Sam Darnold's going to have to do something to find JSN, as Alex said, in the disguises, whether it's T-wing or it's going to be the slot. But I do think on the other side, the Patriots are going to have it well covered. They've had all top wide receivers this whole postseason covered very well, except for the one play Gonzo allowed himself to get scored on, essentially, or the big play with the Mims.
Yes. That's also, I'm scared of that. Not to cut you off. Rashid Shaheed. Don't let Rashid Shaheed change nothing. Go ahead.
I'll be honest. I think that the strategy wouldn't even be putting Gonzo on JSN. My thing would probably be put Gonzo on Shaheed, and then focus on Davis and one of the safeties,
Jones or the safety. Okay, I got you.
Double team JSN, and of
Right.
course then you got Jones who has to take care of Cooper Kupp.
That's
Hey,
So-
real quick about Gonzalez. I mean, obviously you guys watch him play a lot. The few games that I've seen him in the regular season and in the playoffs right now, is it kind of like weird that he whenever he's dropping back, he takes forever to like turn his hips, like he's backpedaling like for a
He's
really
like,
long time.
Much-
I'm like, dude, turn your, like whenever that touchdown happened, I was like, turn your hips. And then that interception, he was still backpedaling.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh man. But
so
like,
a lot of it for him, it's like he wants to bait the quarterback to go to him. That's the thing. He what he's trying to do is really try to bait, because obviously he gets bored not getting targeted at all, right? So he wants to make it seem as possible for you to go after him. And obviously when you go after him, most of the time you lose that battle. Straight up found Mims at the right time. Freaking Mims checked him, bumped into him, and got that little separation. And that's all she wrote on that big 50-yard play. And then that Cortland Sutton touchdown following play later was a little annoying, but whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great matchup. I think it's going to be the quarterbacks are going to be talked about, the running backs, the defenses are going to be talked about. It's going to be the coaching, the chess game between Mike McDonald and Mike Vrabel. That's going to be the biggest key to who's going to come out on top of Super Bowl 60.
Okay.
You want to know my biggest X factor?
Please.
Drake May. He's your biggest X factor right there. Because I do think that Seattle is going to stop your run game. And when I say that, I mean that, and I'm just looking back at history. I mean, Corum had 55, 59 yards.
Mm-hmm.
McCaffrey had 35 and I think 60 yards rushing. I think the most we gave up to a running back this year was 86 to Bijan Robinson. You guys don't have a Bijan Robinson on your roster. We haven't given up a 100-yard rusher in 24 games. So I think it's going to come down to Drake May. Is he going to play more like Brock Purdy did, or is he going to play more like Stafford did?
Stafford, right?
If he is he Stafford or is he Purdy? Because I don't want to hear about the injuries with the Niners and all that stuff when they put up 3 points on us in week 18, they still had Kittle, they had Jennings,
Sure.
they had all that. When they put up 6 points on us, they had Trent Williams, they didn't have Kittle, they still had Jennings. Pearsall, I mean, Jesus Christ, the amount of people that were telling me that Ricky Pearsall was going to be an X factor in the game. The biggest highlight he's ever had in his life was getting shot in the preseason before his rookie year. So Drake May, like, is going to come down to, is he going to be that guy? Like, he's going to have to do better than what he's done in the playoffs. Like, that's and I'm not saying, like, there's a lot of factors that have gone into those playoff games. Bad weather, you're playing good defenses and stuff, right? Like, I get all of that, but he's completed 55% of his passes, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 533 yards. Sam Darnold in 2 games has completed 70% of his passes, 474 touchdowns, no interceptions. I really think it's going to come down to Drake May in this game. If he balls out, if he's like MVP Drake May close to Stafford, I think y'all got a really great shot at winning this game. If he has a mediocre game, that's my concern for y'all. What do you guys think?
I would say it also, he's no Matt Stafford, and we also don't have a Puka or a Devontae Adams, so I can't really say he'll be band for what Stafford did. But you're right, Drake May will have to be the MVP. He will have to be the X factor because he'll have to do what he did, like with that last play against Denver. He'll have to scramble. He'll have to be moving his legs. That's one of the things too, right? He's almost our leading rusher, but he's not. He's second.
That 65 yards was huge.
Yeah, he's got about 140, I think, right now, rushing yards between all 3 games. Yeah. So it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take everything that we have. We're gonna throw everything at y'all, the kitchen sink, and to come out on top.
I hope they do it early. Do you agree with that, Jose? Because with Josh McDaniel, you've heard me. The conservative thing.
Yeah, one of the things I found funny, which maybe threw me off a little bit. You know how last week when we were watching the game against Houston, and I was saying, "Damn it, why do we always get the ball first to start the game?" Then we did it with Denver, and I didn't like it because then we started slow.
Oh, yeah. I hate getting the ball first. I always want my Seahawks to get the ball second because I love getting the ball back at half.
But I think this is how with the Patriots, what I've noticed, and this is where also a long might hurt us, because after our mini bye against the Giants, I believe we were a little sloppy in that game, the following game or something like that. It was whatever after our mini bye. We had a Thursday night game. Oh, it was against the Jets. Then we didn't come back until a Monday game 2 weeks later against the Giants, and we started sloppy. I didn't like that. I thought the little mini bye started slow. Then we had our actual bye a few weeks later. Then we started hot against the Bills, but we obviously
cooled down. They won.
Yeah. So I was glad when we didn't get a first round bye, right? And we got to play the Chargers, so Drake May and them got the nerves out the way.
Sure.
I kind of want the ball first in the Super Bowl because I want all those nerves and all that stuff to get taken out the way. So you could have the ball to start the second half, but I feel like we're going to need to start the ball for the start of the game.
Okay. Yeah.
I will say that 8 times this year when Seattle got the ball in the second half, they either scored a field goal or touchdown to end the first half and then scored a field goal or touchdown to start the second half.
Yeah.
So that's why I like my team having the ball second, is because more often than not, 8 times this year, we scored last in the first half, we score first in the second half.
A well-coached team.
Yeah, I've always been a type of person that we get ball second half. Even my little kids team, I always say, let's get ball second half. We win the coin flip. Like, if we win the coin flip, let them get the ball first.
I do too, but for whatever reason, this year's Patriots,
fair enough. I get what you're saying.
They play better getting the ball first. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah. If y'all had to, I like what Malin did with the X Factor thing. Well, I'll go next, but if y'all want to say an X Factor, he said Drake May. I'm going to say the guy that I'm actually worried about, because I think we can contain JSN. Rashid Shaheed. He could really piss me off. He could really. I love him. Not playing the Patriots though. I love him. I love the acquisition. A brilliant acquisition, especially with Clint Kubiak. Duh. That's what he feasted on with Derek Carr when he was healthy, right?
Sure.
So, yeah, fingers crossed. Rashid Shaheed is the X factor. I hope he doesn't do well though.
That trade was big.
Yeah,
I loved it for y'all. I loved
I
it for
agree.
y'all. What
Yep,
happened?
big time.
And we only gave up a third for him. Shut up. What are we?
That's a win, dude.
Come on. I'll give you one of my kids right now. Okay, let's just sign him.
Alex, do you have an X factor before I go?
Yeah, I mean, I said it. I think Mike Vrabel has to pretty much call the best game of his career to win this game because obviously you're going against the grain because everybody has Seattle. The whole thing of him going to Josh McDaniels towards the end of the game and him kind of like, trying to put their brains together on how they were going to win the Denver game. It's going to be the same thing. Like he has to figure something out to get a trick play in there. I think they try to do it right. They try to do like the reverse pass to Drake May or something like that.
Flea flicker?
Yeah,
They did it.
yeah,
they got
flicker.
it. Yeah, they got it.
Yeah, so, it's gonna have to be. It has to be Mike Vrabel for me as far as coaching. How I am about putting your guys in right positions. The whole putting Will Campbell and having somebody there to chip block, help him out because he's just been getting destroyed out there this postseason. So if Will Campbell is getting beat 1-on-1 and getting destroyed, I'm gonna be like, yes, that has to come down to coaching. Have somebody there chip. So that's gonna be big for me.
I think the X factors for me and it goes for both teams. And I think this is where both defenses will struggle. It'll be the tight ends. Hunter Henry for the Patriots and AJ Barter for the Seahawks. I think if we're going to focus a lot of the time on the receivers, on Shaheed, JSN, and Kupp, that we're going to forget Barner's there. We saw when Dalton Schultz was there for a little bit with the Texans, he burned us for about 40 yards on 2 catches. Imagine if he had been there the whole game, it would have been a really bad day for us. So AJ Barner, who's been pretty quiet the whole postseason, I think he has maybe like 2 catches for like 10 yards or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can have this type of game where all the focus is off him and he can night.
That's fair.
And the same with Hunter Henry as well.
Yeah.
So those guys will be probably huge for both sides. Just depends on which team actually implements them in the game plan.
Right.
Well, I would say more like just tight end position in general, just because Seattle was running a 2 tight end set for about half the year until Brandon Arroyo got hurt, our rookie tight end out of Miami, and they activated him. I don't think he played but a couple snaps in the NFC Championship game, but they activated him. Give him a couple more weeks, he'll be in there. I think you might end up seeing some 2 tight end packages like they were doing at the beginning of the year, which was freeing up a lot more of JSN, to be honest with you. Like JSN was getting so many goddamn yards in the first half of the year, and a lot of that was coming from the 2 tight end set. But yeah, tight ends. I don't like the matchup with Hunter Henry. I don't like that at all.
So you like whenever they do run the 12 personnel?
I do. I just think it spreads the defense out. When Darnold hits the deep ball in the first half of the year, he was hitting it because they were running the 12 personnel a lot.
You could ask these guys. I love whenever you have 2 tight end sets with any team. But the one thing the Patriots do well is whenever teams do run 12 personnel, they do have linebackers that could cover it. To me, it would actually be the opposite. Spread the linebackers out there, force the Patriots to take out their linebackers and have more DBs out there, and play it that way. But I do love 12 personnel, but I just feel like the way to attack the Patriots is take out their linebackers and spread them out. And if you do get them in a busted coverage where they have the linebackers on there, you could have a JSN on a linebacker if they're not set up for it.
One,
But, I mean, it's
one more X factor, in my opinion, because would be Cooper Kupp, because I do think that the Patriots are going to spend a lot of time on Shaheed and JSN. And this could be one of those games where, like, maybe he doesn't, break the stat book. But
No,
if he
just like
ends up
the NFC Championship game.
But if he ends up with like 8 catches for 80 yards or something like that, I think that'll be huge for Seattle's offense, because that means the chains keep moving.
Right.
Like, I think Cooper Kupp, they need to give him some touches.
And I think they will. And I do think Marcus Jones will be the main guy on him, but I do think they'll give a lot of love to Kupp as well. Kupp's looking also for his own revenge against the Patriots. He was there for 2018. He remembers.
Shit, you're right. He was.
Yeah, he does.
Milton.
Not bad. Not bad for a guy out of Eastern Washington University, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever the heck it is. Go ahead, Chi-Town. So,
are you? Oh, you guys are the Patriot fans. Are you guys kind of? I'm curious. You guys haven't really said Milton Williams yet. His name, and I feel like that would also be something big for the Patriots, especially getting pressure in the middle.
Yeah. So I did mention, like, with their offensive line, them winning in the trenches, our interior pressure has been very, very good in the playoffs. And yeah, that'll definitely play a factor. If it's Melton Williams, if it's Barmore, Chazon has been the more consistent pass rusher that we've had, which is crazy, by the way. But yeah, I think that's definitely going to be a problem.
Fuck you, Keon Y. Victory. Vrabel wins. Sorry. Me and Milton were going back and forth on the choices of Vrabel made by benching Keon White and putting Chase on in, and then benching Kyle Duggar. He didn't like those, but they proven to be the right choices.
100%. I was wrong, but it's just a.
I didn't hear a word you said.
But I get it. I said I just love the guys, but I was wrong. Yes, I was definitely wrong.
Gotcha. Vrabel's smart. He brought in the right guys. We're here for a reason, guys. But I don't think we need to make predictions right now. Obviously, a lot of things may happen. We need to see how everything goes. So we'll do predictions next week. We'll see what we can come up with, what discussions we can do for next week. Obviously in a few weeks, not 2 weeks, I think 3 weeks from now, we're gonna have our QB rankings for the season. So I'll be interested to see where everyone's got what from ranks 1 through 40. So that'll be fun. Malin, if you're in the chat that day and watching everyone's rankings, just know I will probably put Sam Darnold in the top 10 now. For the year. Obviously he had a great year, so why not? So spoiler alert. And for everyone that watches us and knows our rankings, how we do it, I told Jeff, if you're gonna do the rankings, you can't put Dak at 40. I know you hate him.
That's mean.
I was like, you can't. Yeah, he puts him 32 every year. I opened up to 40 because there's some backup QBs this year that played and did pretty well, so I want to give him some love. But I told him no Dak at 40. Notice he can put him in 16.
Hey, I'm curious. Who do you think is better, Drake? Prescott or Tony Romo?
Prescott.
Like overall?
Yeah, who's the better?
I say Romo. I say Romo.
You think? So am I. I'm going Prescott.
Yeah,
Prescott.
Because he's less turnover.
That and he does have a better. I think he has a better deep ball.
Okay, here's the reason why I'll go Prescott is the amount of times that the Cowboys have gone to the playoffs with Prescott versus the amount of times they went to the playoffs with Romo. One thing I was shocked about, guys, when I was learning about players on my team, did you guys know that DeMarcus Lawrence has played in 11 playoff games? And he was with the Cowboys for like 12 years. Like, that man has been in some playoff games with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
A majority of those Cowboys playoff games were with Dak Prescott. And Zeke was like a 2-year wonder. Let's not.
Yeah.
Like Zeke was a big factor. Romo had Dez Bryant. He had Terrell Owens. Dak has had CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cook, Austin, whatever.
Pickens and
I hate the Cowboys just as much as I hate the Patriots. Well, no, not as much, because I hate the Patriots and the Steelers with a special fire in my heart. It's usually heartburn that leads to diarrhea.
Well, we might double it for you. This
I hope you don't. But yeah, I just think that Dak is I just think given what he's given in Dallas, because it's the Cowboys, we know they're going to fuck shit up all the time.
Sure.
I just think that Dak Prescott is the better quarterback. I do.
The only reason why I say Romo is because Romo had a worse offensive line objectively and never had a top defense.
You think I think he actually one of the best offensive lines too. I think
as far as his tenure, not just 1 year, his tenure there compared to.
I was about to say, I think they made I was about to say, I think DeMarco Murray had the biggest payday because of that offensive line.
Right, and I'm not disagreeing, but I think Romo had maybe 1 or 2 years with a decent or good offensive line. Dak has, other than this last year, he's always had a good defense.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
they're all ass.
They have not gone to the NFC Championship game with either of them fools.
Yes, this is true.
I mean, even Jay Cutler went to the NFC Championship game.
I said it to everybody. I was like, because
Case Keenum has gone to an NFC Championship game.
Shout out to
Rex Grossman has.
Yeah, Rex Grossman. Man.
Nick Foles has gone to an NFC Championship game.
The Cowboys are just ass, man.
This is good.
Jesus Christ.
This is good.
At least the 49ers have gone to Super Bowls and lost. But
what is Jimmy Garoppolo?
You better I don't know. The last time either of those teams, because both those teams, okay, you got me on a soapbox here. Both those teams, 5 Super Bowls. You got to dust off your VHS and find a VCR to be able to even watch when your team won a Super Bowl. Just shut up.
Right.
Rookie Jaden Daniels did it.
Being one.
Straight.
I hate the Cowboys so much.
There you go, guys. That's how we end the night. That's how we close it out by hating on some Cowboys for
great. Great night. We're all good.
But all right, fellas, that's all we got for the night. A lot of good talk, a lot of good discussion. Next week we'll do predictions. We'll see what we come up with. But we're 1 week from Sunday away from Super Bowl 60. Why? Why give me false hope, guys? Why give us false hope if we don't win it, right?
Right. If we lose, I'm telling you, I will be sad because we shouldn't be.
A little sad.
I want to, if we're here, let us win, please.
You might as well win, right?
Yeah, at this point. Fuck it. We're already kings of the AFC again.
The loss after the Rams that Monday was terrible.
Why?
He's telling us.
Because he just, because what do you look forward to after that?
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? That's
I'm gonna tell you right now, win or lose, I already took that Monday off.
Me too. I took it off too. I built my own schedule, man. I took it off too.
I was like,
it never happens.
Hey.
I'm not right.
You may not hear from me, or you may want to mute me. It's gonna be one or the other.
Exactly.
Right on.
Just like I tell everybody, if I win millions of dollars in Vegas, because I go to Vegas every year, you might not know that I won millions of dollars, but you might see a news report of someone running down the street naked on the Las Vegas Boulevard, and that might be your tell that I won. So that might happen. But Alex, before we get out of here, I will say, no matter what happens in the Super Bowl, so far, the best play of the playoffs is still that 4th and 4. It is still the 4th and 4. Caleb Williams, y'all got your QB. I was a hater the first year. I didn't like him in USC when he was crying with his mama in the stands after losing to Washington. But he's got to complete more passes. I mean, you can't be an elite quarterback with 52% completion percentage.
Sure.
But that 4th and 4, man, in the week before that against the Packers,
right?
I don't even know how he did that. Damn. Those are the 2 best plays of
He
the
has
postseason.
He has two of the best plays in the entire postseason. You got to
Alex,
give him respect.
The
Alex,
future-
it sounds like what Trey
bright
should
for
be doing.
Chicago. The
I
future
wish-
is
I
bright for
wish-
Chicago, sir.
I wish I had the videos of how my family reacted. Jose knows I have a big family, and we all love our Chicago sports. And the first week, whenever we beat Green Bay, we went freaking crazy because, of course, they say that's our Super Bowl. Hell yeah, that's our Super Bowl. When I was young, like little, I grew up of the Bears owning the Packers. We had the winning record over the Packers. So that's why people were like, how do you they I was like, no, when I was growing up, my older brothers, my parent, everybody were like, no, we fucked up the Packers in the 80s and the 90s. You gotta be a Bears fan. So and then recently, obviously, yeah, that is our fucking Super Bowl. We beat them twice in 1 year, and it was crazy. And then the 4th and 8, or the was it the 4th and 8
I think it was 4th and 4.
throw was a fourth
You
and
talking
four
about
throw
the
was
Doomsday
crazy.
or the commit?
No,
The commit,
4th and
the
4
commit.
against the
Gotcha.
which ended up being like a 30-yard pass. That's what
That's
made
the
it
craziest part. Yeah,
crazier. Like it was like a 12-yard touchdown pass on paper, but like a 30-yard
100%.
Yeah,
Also-
Chicago sports is
Insane.
coming back. We got the Bears and we got the Cubbies, and the Bulls are 50-50, but I like our Cubs, and I like our Bears looking forward to their seasons going forward.
Yeah, and the Pope from Chicago, he seems kind of cool. So shout out to Chicago.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Seattle has won Super Bowls or went to Super Bowls with
Okay,
the
went
Popes.
there. All right, yeah. Chill out.
Yeah.
See, we're
Hey,
still open,
relax.
Malin. This is why we were trying to close out the show, and now we got a whole 5-minute Chicago rant.
My bad. I had to give him some flowers, man. We've been talking about our own two teams the whole
We
Shout out
gave
to-
them flowers the last couple of weeks. It's over. They're
No,
eliminated.
this is
It's
good.
about
First
us
time
now.
meeting Alex. You're in good graces now. But shout out to you, Malin. Thank you for being here, dude. You did
I
not
appreciate it, guys.
But guys, again, check out After Further Review Wednesday nights, as Malin said, 9:30 Eastern. So 8:30 Eastern or 8:30 Central for you Central folk. Check them out. People's Debate will commence soon, I hope. We will discuss that later on in future topics. Alex, you are the professor. I hope your ACL is ready for the next fantasy football. What is it? Decathlon. So
It's getting there.
That's a good
All
one.
right. But guys, thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all the channels here. We truly appreciate it. But for Malin, for Professor Isaiah Cruz, for Milton, I'm your host, Jose Garza. We are Puro Pinche Sports. We are out.